together is success. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. With these inspiring words by Henry Ford, I, Amina Ahmed, your host, welcome you all to AdtU Pharmacon 3.0, an international conference with the theme Empowering Healthcare and Well-being Towards Achieving Sustainable Development Goals, Research, Innovation, and Industry Academia Partnership, organized by Faculty of Pharmaceutical Science, Assam Downtown University, in collaboration with Our Lady of Fatima University, Philippines, Chemex Global, Signova Healthcare Private Limited, Indian Pharmaceutical Association, Assam State Branch, Indian Pharmaceutical Association, Students Forum, AdtU Chapter. It is an honor to host this prestigious event where brilliant minds from academia, industry, and research converge to exchange ideas, foster innovation, and explore sustainable solutions for the future healthcare. Today marks the beginning of a journey where knowledge meets collaboration and possibilities turn into reality. Now I request everyone to please take their designated seats. We are privileged to have such distinguished guests gracing this occasion. Let us invoke the blessings and knowledge and wisdom by lighting the ceremonial lamp. I invite our esteemed guests to kindly do the honors. I request our volunteers to escort our guests for the lamp lighting ceremony.
Shuklam Brahma Vichara Sara Parama Adhyam Jagat Vyapinim Veena Pustakadharinim Abhayadam Janyandhakara Haste Sphatikamalikam Vidadhatim Padmasane Samsthitam Vande Tam Parameshwarim Bhagavatim Buddhi Pradam Sharadam.
Thanking all, now I request the students of Faculty of Pharmaceutical Science to gather on the stage for performing the AdtU theme song.
জনাব লুইতৰ পাৰ পোহৰাব অসম আমাৰ
জ্ঞান বিজ্ঞান প্ৰযুক্তিবিদ্যা
লক্ষ্যৰে উত্তৰ পূৰ্বৰ জাতি ধৰ্ম বিভেদহীনতাৰ শিক্ষা সংস্কৃতিৰ পূৰ্ণতা
স্বাস্থ্য সেৱা আৰু গৱেষণা
সৃষ্টি আৰু প্ৰতিভাৰ যাত্ৰা উচ্চ সেউজীয়াৰ বহুল জ্ঞানৰ বন্তি জ্বলে অযুত
উজ্বলি উঠক তাৰে জ্যোতি
গতিশীল হৈ ৰওক বিশ্বব্যাপী ये मरुद्यान है सत्यता की निर्मल वस्त्रों की हरियाली में हम अपनी महिमा से अनुकूलता के साथ रंगते हैं It's an oasis in reality in the serene canvas of greenery we auspiciously color our glory downtown university downtown university downtown university
Good morning, one and all present over here. I, Krishna Kumar Bharti, will be your host for this session. Before proceeding further, I would like to request our dignitaries to come on the dais and have their seat. And for this, I would like to request our volunteers to escort our esteemed guest to the dais. Sir, our Honorable VC Sir, Pro VC Sir, our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Jaideep Barua Sir, Director, Assam Science and Technology and Environment Council, Dr. C.K. Katiyar Sir, CEO, Healthcare Technical, Imami Limited, and Dr. Bandana Patravale Ma'am, Professor, Institute of Chemical Technology, Mumbai, and National Convener, Women's Forum, APTI. Honoring our tradition, I now request the dignitaries to kindly felicitate our esteemed guests with a token of appreciation. For this, I would like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Dr. N.C. Talukdar, and Pro Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Dr. Pranveer Singh, to felicitate our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Jaideep Barua Sir, Director, Assam Science and Technology and Environmental Council. Now, I would like to request our Pro Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Dr. Pranveer Singh, and our Honorable Chairperson of AdtU Pharmacon 3.0, Professor Dr. Saikat Sen, to felicitate our keynote speaker, Dr. C.K. Katiyar Sir, CEO, Healthcare Technical, Imami Limited. Now I would like to invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Dr. N.C. Talukdar, and AdtU, Honorable Chairperson of AdtU Pharmacon 3.0, Professor Dr. Saikat Sen Sir, to felicitate our Honorable Guest of Honor, Dr. Vandana Patravale Ma'am. Moving further, now I would like to request the Honorable Chairperson AdtU Pharmacon 3.0, Professor Dr. Saikat Sen Sir, to deliver the welcome speech.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, distinguished guests in the dais and of the dais, esteemed speakers, resource person, participants, and the dear students. Good morning and a very warm welcome to all. It is my honor and my privilege to stand before you as a chairperson of AdtU Pharmacon 3.0, an international conference organized by the Faculty of Pharmaceutical Science, Assam Downtown University, in collaboration with Our Lady Fatima University, Philippines, IPA Assam State Branch, Signova Healthcare Private Limited, Chemex Global, and IPA Student Forum AdtU chapter. This year, we came together under a theme, empowering healthcare and well-being towards achieving sustainable development goals, research, innovation, industry, academia partnership. I extend my sincere welcome to our chief guest, Dr. Jaideep Barua, Director, Aztec, Government of Assam, our keynote speaker, Dr. Chandrakant Katiyar Sir, Advisor and CEO, Healthcare Technical, Imami Limited, our guest of honor, Dr. Vandana Patravale, Madam, Professor ICT Mumbai and National Convener Women's Forum APTI. I would like to extend a heartfelt thanks to our collaborators, sponsors, distinguished resource persons, guests, participants, volunteers, and team, Faculty of Pharmaceutical Science for making this event possible. Our gathering is a unique opportunity to share the knowledge, encourage insightful discussion, and most importantly, collaborate with like-minded individuals who are committed to driving positively changes in the healthcare sector. In line of sustainable development goals, particularly those related to healthcare and well-being, our theme explores the critical role that research, innovation, and partnership between the industry and academia play in creating healthier and more sustainable future for all. At AdtU Pharmacon 3.0, we'll explore groundbreaking ideas that can contribute to the achievement of SDG, particularly in health. Together, we can discuss how to synergy between the academia and industry can forward us in developing the solution that not only address existing healthcare challenges, but anticipating future one. This year, Pharmacon 3.0 will be witnessing 600 registered participants, including more than 70 participants from the Philippines who will be joining us through online mode. And also, in coming 2 days, these 2 days, more than 255 posters, 38 oral presentation, and 22 e-poster presentation it will be there. Actually, when we, in 2019, when we have first thought about start this AdtU Pharmacon, then we have thought that it should be a bigger event in future, which actually can keep the footmark. And I think whenever we are standing in the AdtU Pharmacon 3.0, we have succeeded in this achieving this goal. And of course, in future also we'll continue our effort. Throughout this conference, we will be privileged to have the experts from the various fields, healthcare professionals, researchers, policymakers, industry leaders who will share their valuable insight and experience. Their contribution will serve as a catalyst for futuring our shared vision of a healthier and more sustainable world. Once again, I am thankful to one and all present here today. And I look forward to the stimulating discussion, innovative ideas, and inspiring collaboration will emerge from this conference. Let us move forward hand in hand to empower healthcare and well-being towards the achieving sustainable development goals. And thank you. Welcome you all in AdtU 3.0. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your inspiring words. Now, I would like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor of Assam Downtown University, Professor Dr. N.C. Talukdar, sir, to share a few words of wisdom with us. Sir, please.
Namaskar and good morning to you all. Respected Dr. Joydeep Barua, Chief Guest of this important function, Dr. C.K. Khatia, the former CEO, Healthcare Technical, Imami Limited, respected Dr. V. Patra Valle, Professor, Institute of Chemical Technology, Pro Vice Chancellor, my senior colleagues, and eminent speakers, resource persons, scientists, research scholars, and dear students, friends. At the outset, let me extend a very warm welcome to all the distinguished guests sitting in the dais. And at the same time, I also would like to extend our gratitude for giving consent to become a part of this very important event. As Dr. Saikat said that Pharmacon, the international conference 3.0, when they started in 2019, they had a very humble beginning and said that they have a big dream of organizing or raising to the level of an international conference. We lost 2 years in COVID-19, you all know, 2021, even 22, there was still hangover. So we could not hold this in those 3 years, and this third, in 25, the third international Pharmacon has been organized. And you must have seen this conference is organized jointly. There are 3-4 other partners, including one partner from international, like Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, I should tell you that this university, Assam Downtown University, we began in 2010 and crossed about 14 years now. And we started with about 325 students at the time. And our student strength has gone to more than 8,000 students we have today in this university. And while trying to grow in number, we are also trying to be like have quality. In between came National Education Policy 2020, which had a big dream of providing holistic education and raising the standard of education of this country to a bigger height. We all know about it. So under NEP 2020 policy, our university is also trying to capture all those elements that NEP suggests us to adopt. Many of you might know the internationalization, industry-academia partnership, then integration of research in academics. These are integral components of NEP 2020, and this conference rightly reflects that. This university, last 4-5 years, we have been putting a lot of important stress on doing good research, and today we have 10 externally funded research projects from national funding agency like DBT, DST, ICMR. And this has helped us to raise the quality of research in this university, and our management has been very kind to provide 1 crore rupees every year to faculty on competitive basis with a seed grant of 3 to 5 lakhs rupees so that they can create a small niche with some data for writing big project and getting grant. So under the same principles of NEP 2020, that internationalization, today this university has collaboration, or we have signed MOU at least with 30 international institutes. Most of them are located, of course, in Southeast Asia, few in Europe. So this conference and the university dream of growing bigger, it just coincides. And you will see, that, like I'm proud to tell you, even last month itself, we had finished our NAC review for second cycle was just over, and after that, already we had 3 conferences. So we have been increasing the frequency of holding national or international conference. What these conferences help us is to bring experts, expose our scientists, our faculty to what is happening around the world, let them take part or deliberate in raising the bar or quality of a research area. Pharmaceutical science, this faculty has been there from the beginning. We have 600 or 700 students, about 50 faculty, and have been doing very good. Last year we had, in NRF ranking, we had a rank in the slot of 201 to 125. So that was a big achievement, and we hope to move further. While I don't want to make a long speech, only thing I just request to all our distinguished guests, scientists, resource person, to have a look around the campus. This is a beautiful campus, and on your left, we have a national sanctuary, Amsung Reserve Forest, and on right, you have mighty Brahmaputra. If you go to the building where we have constructed here, every building top you go, you will see the bank of Brahmaputra. If it was summer months, then you would have seen what kind of shape Brahmaputra takes. It almost becomes like a sea. And this campus is full of beautiful vegetation, so I would like to request you take a round around and I'm sure our volunteer will do that. And before I end, what is said that health is one of the 17 SDG Sustainable Development Goal, and overall sustainable development of this globe, health plays an important part. And today's discussion, perhaps what I would like to imagine or think, is on pharmaceuticals. Every day when I read the newspaper, I find that drug or medicine price is hiking every day, almost. So to afford good health through medicine for common people, that is going to be very, very difficult. So what is other very important aspect, academic institution dealing with health science? I personally feel that health education is what is extremely important. Because our health education is not strong, young people are getting diabetes. We do not follow like what as an individual should follow for keeping good health. Unless the awareness to education comes, it is not going to happen. Just want to mention you two things all the time keep like striking in when I think of health. That he said that food should be taken as medicine. And another very interesting sentence I read, I do not know who has given this quotation or who said, there's a gymnasium hall in the institute where I worked earlier, Institute of Bioresource and Sustainable Development, Imphal. Every time I entered the university road, your institute road, this gymnasium hall, there's a very big letter written, if you eat wrongly, no doctors can cure. And I see that, like I was there for 7 years, every day I go to office, I see that. I've been thinking, who said this? See, the food should be taken as medicine. I'm talking about health education. And the other thing is, if you don't eat properly or if you don't eat right, no doctors can cure. I think here lies the basis of keeping good health. You deal with medicinal plant, right? Northeast is so rich in medicinal plant. Vasco da Gama came here only in search of spice. And most of the medicine you find are spice origin, like the phytoconstituent of the spice. How many years ago Vasco da Gama came here in search of that? And now, in our, when I said the food as medicine or eating rightly, so all this resource, the ingredient of food is here. So what we have to do, we have to have a very strong health education system where every student, every citizen, every common man or woman can be sensitized about need of keeping good health, not with medicine, but through what resource we have using this resource. Medicine can only cure. Medicine can never give you good health. This is my personal feeling. So I hope during the next 2 days of deliberation, there will be some amount of discussion on this and how we can strengthen this health education for real health of the community and for contribution to sustainable development through good health of the humanity. With these words, thank you once more, each one of you who have come and enriched us in this conference, and wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable insights. Now we move to the much awaited moments of today's event, the release of the abstract book and the magazine of Faculty of Pharmaceutical Science. For this, I invite our esteemed guests to do the honors. Please give a big round of applause. For this, I would like to invite our Honorable Chairperson of AdtU Pharmacon 3.0, Professor Dr. Saikat Sen sir, and the convener, organizing secretary of AdtU Pharmacon 3.0. Thank you very much. While proceeding further, it is an honor to introduce Dr. Jaideep Barua, Director, Assam Science and Technology and Environment Council, ESTEC, an accomplished leader in the field of science, technology, and climate change. He currently serves as the Director of the Assam Science, Technology and Environment Center, ESTEC, under the Department of Science, Technology, and Climate Change Government of Assam. Since 2010, Dr. Barua has been instrumental in stabilizing and leading the climate cell in ESTEC, where he has coordinated numerous capacity building and awareness programs through Panchayati Raj Institution, college environment, and climate cells, and the formation of eco clubs across Assam. He played a pivotal role in preparing the first draft of the State Action Plan on Climate Change through extensive public consultation. Dr. Barua's visionary leadership also led to the launch of the Chief Minister's Climate Resilient Village Fellowship, an innovative program where 100 fellows are working across village to develop climate resilience strategies. His dedication and contributions continue to inspire sustainable change and community engagement in climate action. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I invite our chief guest, Dr. Jaideep Barua, to share his thought with us. Please give a big round of applause for him.
Namaskar and good morning. Honorable Vice Chancellor of Assam Downtown University, Dr. N.C. Talukdar sir, Dr. Chandrakant Katiyar, Chief Executive Officer, Healthcare Imami Limited, Dr. Vandana Patravale, Institute of Chemical Technology, Mumbai, Pro Vice Chancellor of Assam Downtown University, Dr. Pranbir Singh, Professor Saikat Sen, Chairman of Organizing Committee for this Pharmacon 3.0, Dr. Manas Pratim Pathak, distinguished guests, scientists, professionals, industrialists, participants, and my dear students. First of all, I like to, just when I opened this magazine with a beautiful cover page, and in the third page, it is nicely written that achieving in the rank band of 101 to 125. I think it is really a great achievement within a short period of time to coming into the band of 101 to 125 in the pharmacological sector. So I congratulate Assam Downtown University and also the Faculty of Pharmacology. I thank AdtU for inviting me for this Pharmacon 3.0 and also thank AdtU for welcoming us with three very beautiful products from Assam. For our distinguished guests from outside, I just want to inform you that the three products, this Gamusa, Assamese Gamusa, Japi, and the mask from Majuli. These three are the geographical indication product. We are proud of these three very important products from Assam. And all are natural-based products. All are based on the natural resources. And for that, I thank AdtU for honoring the guest with these geographical indication products. And why I am saying this, personally I am involved in getting the GI tag for Gamusa of Assam. I had to defend before the GI registry with the technical details and for Gamusa. And 2022, we have got the GI tag for the Gamusa of Assam. And Japi, and it was followed by Japi and mask making of Majuli. And very important thing is that these are all GI tag products based on the natural resources of Assam. And you may be thinking that it is very not, this information is not relevant for this very important event, that is Pharmacon 3.0. You should know that Assam is very rich in natural resources, biodiversity. As Honorable Vice Chancellor has already informed about the richness of our medicinal plant, diversity of medicinal plant, and immense diversity in other economically viable products, plants, plant resources, animal resources like that. If you talk about our health system, nutrients, if you see, there are another series of GI Tag products in Assam recently got. In one day, Assam has got 19 GI Tag. And many of the things are from our tribal community and related to food products, and which we are traditionally using as our nutraceuticals. So nutraceutical industry is coming up in a very big manner, but if today's type of Pharmacon 3.0 can contribute towards scientific intervention, preservation, commercialization of these nutraceuticals, traditionally important nutraceuticals, I think we are going to contribute immensely towards the healthcare system of Assam. So, therefore, I thank AdtU for organizing the very important event with its focal theme, empowering healthcare and well-being towards sustainable development goals, research, innovation, and industry-academia partnership. 3 days back, I was in Guwahati University with a similar program that was particularly for industry-academia interaction on implementing bio-E3 policy in Assam. Ladies and gentlemen and my dear students, you may be knowing that in 2024 August, with the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister, Government of India has declared the bio-E3 policy. Bio-E3 means biotechnology for economy, environment and employment. This policy has been envisaged to promote the biomanufacturing and biofoundries in India, and pharmaceutical science is one of the important components. Out of the 6 sub-themes, pharmaceuticals and functional foods are very important component in this bio-E3 policy. And you'll be happy to know the Assam became the first state in India to sign an MOU with Department of Biotechnology, Government of India, to implement bio-E3 policy in Assam with joint collaboration. And immediately after that, Government of Assam has set up one state bio-E3 cell in Aztec, from where I am there, as Director Aztec is the principal coordinator. So now we have a huge task for rolling out this bio-E3 policy, huge challenge of rolling out this bio-E3 policy in Assam. And we have a very good ecosystem for biotechnological research in Assam now with Guwahati Biotech Park. I think Imami Foundation is already closely related to Guwahati Biotech Park. We have 3-4 bionests in IIT Guwahati, IISST, NES Jorhat, Assam Agriculture University, we have a biotech hub. Then we have NIPER, now the pharmaceutical institutions like in Assam Downtown University. So many institutions are coming up, providing a very good foundation and launching pad for rolling out biotechnology-based industries in Assam, where the pharmacology is going to play a very important role. So empowering healthcare and well-being involves equipping individuals and communities with knowledge, skill and resources to actively participate in the health and well-being. The elements of healthcare have a broad spectrum of activities and services, starting from providing clean water to essential medications, patient-centered care, equity of services and ethical practices. And regarding the patient care and well-being, already Honorable Vice Chancellor has spoken about that. I am not going to elaborate on it. All these are important for a healthy and happy life. Equipping communities with knowledge, skill and resources will be possible only with finding solution of health issues through proper research and innovation and sustaining use of resources. So pharmacological research is always challenging because of its strict protocols, regulatory procedures, time-consuming research on drug development and deliveries. So we have to overcome, because when we are discussing about the implementation of bio-E3 policy, these are the major issues. Many of the companies are coming, that they will be coming forward to set up industries in Assam. If we can help them in overcoming the challenge of regulatory frameworks, because it is the most important stumbling block in setting up any biotechnology-based industries, and pharmacology is more sensitive in that area. The participation of industries in the event will certainly help in identifying needs and challenges so that the research community can participate closely for need-based innovation and research. I'm happy to inform you that Government of Assam, I have already informed that we have already set up bioetry cell to provide an enabling mechanism for setting up of this type of industries, promoting research and innovation. You'll be happy to know that for the development of sustainable technologies, we have instituted one green innovation fund last year. And we have already started funding in that area. So any bio-based products you want to develop with a sustainable objectives, you can submit proposal for that, and we'll be considering those proposals for funding to develop some kind of prototypes, scaling up, or starting a startup like that. So advantage of Assam, you'll be happy to know of as a follow-up of this bioetry policy in a recent advantage Assam 2.0, we could sign MOU with 13 companies on the biotechnology-based product. So now ecosystem is improving to set up the biotechnology-based industries, biomedical industries in Assam. So I invite all the industries and startups to come forward and work in Assam. So I hope the Pharmacon 3.0 will effectively bring together industry and academia to contribute towards welfare of people through sustainable solutions. I once again thank AdtU for organizing this type of events. I think this type of events should continue. Now the industry academia interactions is becoming very common and important for the universities and academia, academic institutions, because without the support of industry, we cannot understand the needs and needs of the industries, the challenges they are facing, the research needs, and also interaction with the students will make the students valuable for the markets, because they will earn the value in the market, industrial world, and in other academic institutions, and it will be very helpful. I think this 2 days program will open up new challenges, new areas, new opportunities for the faculties and researchers and innovators of this region. I thank you once again. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you very much, sir, for your inspiring words. Now, I request our Honorable VC, sir, to present the token of appreciation to our Honorable Chief Guest, Jaideep Barua, sir. Now, I would like to request all the dignitaries to have their designated seat in the audience, and for this, I would like to request our volunteers to escort our esteemed guests to their designated seat in the audience.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Yana Chakma. I'm your host for today's session. We are privileged to have with us our keynote speaker, Dr. Chandrakant Katayar sir, CEO Healthcare Technical Imami Limited. Dr. Katayar is a distinguished expert in Ayurveda and pharmacology with over 30 years of experience. Dr. Katayar has held leadership positions at India's leading research-driven companies. He served as Director, Herbal Drug Research at Ranbaxy Laboratories Limited, Gurgaon, and as Head and Vice President of Dabur Research and Development Center, NCR, Delhi. Currently, he is the CEO of Healthcare Technical at Imami Limited, Kolkata. Dr. Katayar has been instrumental in developing several top-selling Ayurvedic herbal, OTC, and ethical products along with pharmaceutical innovation in neurology and oncology. His significant contributions also extend to new drug discovery from medicinal plants. A prolific author, Dr. Katayar has authored books such as Ayurveda at the Turning Point, 2018, and Modern Ayurveda, Milestone Beyond the Classical Age, 2012, published by CRC, United States of America. He has contributed over 10 books chapters, 75 research papers, and holds 20 patents. Dr. Katayar has served on various government of Indian committees, including the ASU Drug Technical Advisory Board, and has contributed to quality control of Ayurvedic and herbal drug as a member of the Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia Committee, the Herbal Committee for Indian Pharmacopoeia, and the Southeast Asia Expert Panel on Dietary Supplements for the United States Pharmacopoeia. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dr. Chandrakant Katayar, sir.
Yeah, better. Good. Thank you. Thank you. So, I'll operate from here. Okay, so, first slide. So, thank you very much, Dr. Talukdar, Dr. Barua, Chief Guest of today, Dr. Vandana, Pro Vice Chancellor, and my old friends. So today when I was asked to deliver a keynote here, I was thinking that if I need to talk on the industry-academia interaction, better I talk with a solid example. Otherwise, that will remain on paper only. So I have picked up the title for today is Fostering this Industry-Academia Collaboration for Phytopharmaceutical. And phytopharmaceutical today is the most confused category, not only among the students, among the faculty, among the industry, but also among the regulators. So I will first clarify that, but before coming to that, I would like to give my Shraddhanjali to these two gentlemen, Professor Handa and Dr. Nityanand. They are very, very well-known personality who were behind introduction of phytopharmaceutical as a new drug. And you know, in India, there is allopathic medicine that's called a drug, or their ASU drug, or homeopathic drug. Now, phytopharmaceutical is a new category of drug introduced in the Drug and Cosmetics Act in 2015. And as allopathic drug, there's difference. And these two gentlemen, and I had an honor, privilege of working with them to bring this category to the Drug and Cosmetics Act. So what is phytopharmaceutical drug? Normally we think that anything coming from the botanical is a phytopharma. But that's not right. In this particular term, phytopharmaceutical is a legal category and it is a standardized and purified fraction of our medicinal plant extract. So if it is an extract, it is not phytopharmaceutical. If you take a fraction of the extract, then it becomes phytopharmaceutical drug. That's condition number one. Number two, you have a minimum 4 identified bioactive or phytochemical compounds. So 4 marker compounds. Normally, Indian Pharmacopoeia talks of 1 marker compound. United States Pharmacopoeia talks of 2 marker compounds. But phytopharmaceutical talks of 4 marker compounds. Right? And this is used for diagnosis, treatment, mitigation, etc. But it does not include injectable. Right? So that is the definition of the phytopharmaceutical drug. So what triggers for the phytopharmaceutical? Trigger was this following. Irish industry had very sluggish growth, and pharmaceutical industries R&D output was very slow. Very few new drugs were coming out, and it had a high potential of meeting medical unmet needs with multi-component drugs for multi-target diseases, especially lifestyle disorders, and providing window for IPR that I will talk later. And some of you might be knowing that as per Omnibus Supreme Court judgment, cross-system prescription is not permitted. So allopathic doctor cannot prescribe herbal drug. That's one implication. It will cross both. Some of the examples of the herbal products licensed as allopathic medicine already in India are Gugulip, ginger extract for chemotherapy-induced vomiting by Dabur, and 1B from lupin. These three have already been licensed as allopathic medicine in India. Why phytopharmaceutical? Because it will promote innovation and development of new drugs and improve the productivity of pharma R&D. That was one of the objective of this project. So what constitutes it? The second line is the extract. So up to extract, it falls under the Ayurvedic domain. Below extract, it starts the domain of the phytopharmaceutical. Now, what is the scope and potential of its use? It can be used complementary, safer alternative to synthetic drugs, or also as mainstay therapy. When we say complementary, say as a anti-tubercular drug induced liver disorders, you might be knowing, and picroli from CDRI has been used as a complementary to that. Chemotherapy induced myelosuppression, Withania somnifera can be used as a complementary medicine. Like that, it's a complementary potential as a complementary product, and then comes the adjuvant to reduce side effects of phytopharmaceuticals. So to reduce probability of dose escalation in diabetes, you can consider adding fenugreek to delay the use of oral hypoglycemic agents, and to supplement the benefits are to delay the complications of disease. For example, Borrelia diffusa to delay the onset of kidney disease. Then comes the main thing. There are few leads from Department of Biotechnology projects. Dengue fever, we had a plant which contained, which was active against all the 4 serotypes of dengue 1, 2, and 3. This product was available as a lead for amoebiasis. There is a product lead available from a Calcutta institute, and some of the other leads are Boswellia, Gugulu, turmeric, and Phyllanthus, etc. So some other things are where the prodrug. So aspirin has been a product from a plant. So white willow bark can be used. Statins come from radish rice. Reserpine from Rausia serpentina. So all these on the right side. The herb on the right side have potential to be developed as a phytopharmaceutical drug. Then how are they different from ASU drugs? So somebody can ask. So ASU drugs are regulated by Department of Ayush, Ministry of Ayush, and phyto is controlled by CDSCO. It's allopathic drug and that's Ayurvedic drug. That's one difference. Besides that, regulatory pathway entirely different. In case of phytopharmaceutical, it is developed like as an allopathic drug. It has to undergo toxicity, pharmacology, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 clinical trials, everything. That's why it is different. Who are the stakeholders? Stakeholders are R&D based pharma industry, wavering interest, unwilling medicinal chemists. So the Department of Medicinal Chemistry in the pharma unit does not want to work on a plant-based compound. They want to work on an established compound and add one hydroxyl here, add one amine there, and make the product. So that's the problem of the industry, that the medicinal chemists are not interested in this. Second is the Ayurvedic industry. It's a mindset issue. They think that if you talk science for Ayurveda, you are trying to pirate you are trying to infringe upon their area, so that's why they are not too much interested. Third, in the regulators, they always ask what is the question, what domain, who domain, how to register. So again, regulators also are not clear about the issue. Public funded research lab CSIR was reluctant because of the failure of earlier two big projects, namely and Golden Triangle project. Lot of hopes are there, but they could not succeed, so they were reluctant. But now at least CSIR is having 9 products ready, which are on the work and the phytopharmaceutical. It's working. Prescribers for modern medicine generally do not trust herbals. Allopathic doctors do not trust herbals, but they are not averse if the same information is available, made available like allopathic drug. So probably this can help them in bypassing Supreme Court judgment. Prescribers from Ayush have been brought up in a very, very protectionist environment. They do not want to encourage innovation, but they need to change if they need to survive in the today's atmosphere. Industry, so a pharma industry may look at an opportunity here. Ayurvedic industry may prefer wait and watch, but initially may, but finally it may work for them. And for academic institutions, it's a great opportunity for further research on the medicinal plants. The totally new approach of research of medicinal plants actually is the opportunity, and introduction of new courses, new syllabus to create phytopharmaceutical in the M-Pharm level or even pharmacognosy. Now we're coming to industry academia collaboration and why the strengths of academia, their expertise in fundamental research, capability to explore diverse plant-based therapeutic leads, advanced analytical techniques are available with you. In the strength of industry, they have expertise in large-scale extraction process, ability to conduct clinical trials following regulatory guidelines. So regulation is a weak point of academia, but regulation is a strong point of industry. And commercialization, large-scale batch is strong point of industry. For academia, that's a weak point. And commercial right from potential to securing government institutional funding is a strength of academia, but industry cannot provide that. And industry can obtain regulatory approval for any IPR also, and investment capabilities are there with the industry, which normally academia does not have. So that's how these partnerships are important to bridging the gap, regulatory success, faster, instead of FOR, it is FAS, faster, innovation, synergizing research, sustainable development, and improved healthcare impact, evidence-based phytopharmaceutical integrated. So, a strong industry-academia collaboration is key to revolutionizing phytopharmaceutical, and I will give them now example of how it is done. This is the photograph of Emami, my company, where I was CEO, now I am no more there, I am advisor now. With Dr. Soumya Somanathan was the Director General of Indian Council of Medical Research. So India's first phytopharmaceutical MOU was signed between Emami and ICMR to develop a product for pre-diabetes, for prevention of diabetes. So what are the partnering institutes? See how complex was the project. Indian Council of Medical Research was major partner for financial support, coordination of the partners, rigorous review and project monitoring. Emami Limited was responsible for raw material sourcing of locations, identification, bioassay, development of PPI, quality control parameter, stability studies, and coordination with all the clinical research organizations and preclinical and clinical research. On the other side, how many industries were involved? Indore-based company was involved for extraction and fractionation. R.G. Kar Medical College was involved for in vivo specific and renal pharmacology. Birla Institute of Technology, BITS, was involved for pharmacokinetic studies, and IIT Pune involved for GLP tox studies, and when Roorkee-based Schedule M facility was involved for production of new drug for clinical trial because of allopathic drug, and clinical research organization involved for conduct of phase 1 human clinical trials. So many institutions were involved to develop only one phytopharmaceutical, and at the most advanced stage, phase 1 clinical trial has been completed, phase 2 has to start. So what is the product? Product is for pre-diabetes, it's Trigonella, it's a fenugreek. Fenugreek is known for thousands of years to work as a digestive, but its anti-diabetic properties were not very well known in Ayurvedic literature at that time. So there are a lot of pharmacopoeia which have the quality parameters: Indian pharmacopoeia, United States pharmacopoeia, British herbal pharmacopoeia, European pharmacopoeia, African pharmacopoeia. All of them are having quality standards of fenugreek. 4 marker compounds are these: trigonelline, 4-hydroxyisoleucine, protodioxine, and galactomannan. These are 4 marker compounds which are essential as per the definition of phytopharmaceutical. So these pharmacokinetic studies have been conducted for trigonelline and 4-hydroxyisoleucine, 2 of the drugs. Why? Because they are bioactive compounds. 4-HI has a role in lowering blood glucose level by regulating secretion of pancreatic insulin, right? So if we, some of the publications what we have already made out of the project are regarding pharmacokinetic studies. These are the details of the phytopharmaceutical studies on 4-hydroxyleucine pharmacokinetic study. I will show you the data later. This one more paper. I will show you the data. Yes. If you see the pure compounds, so the pure compound, if you see of 4-hydroxyisoleucine on the right side and trigonelline on the left side, you see there is a lot of difference in their half-life. Lot of difference is there. When you take the pure compound separately in the right, but when we use the fraction, this difference was no more there. So this is the, when you take pure compound, you see T half of 5.92 hours versus 10.57 hours. So 2 compounds from same plant, when isolated and subjected for pharmacokinetics, their behavior was different. But when we took them, as a fraction of the extract, the difference gone. Now T half of both the compounds is almost the same. So that is the difference when you treat them individually, separately, and treat them as part of the fraction as part of pharmaceutical. So basis this, the dosing was decided, 1 tablet 2 times a day. So most of the parameters became similar, but this risk is always there. So now expert committee discussing whether we should talk only one compound for pharmacokinetics to avoid the situation of the conflicting data. That's one. And phytopharmaceutical as a category has not been able to evince the interest it was supposed to because of the lack of awareness. We are talking to more industry, and it's the perfect example of industry academia partnership. Had BITS Plenary not been our partner, we could never have completed the pharmacokinetic studies of these 4. So that's the power of industry academia relationship, and all the study could be completed within 3 years time, and including a clinical trial may take 4 more years because diabetes we need to give the drug for 3 years or prevention of diabetes. That will take some time. So introduction of phytopharmaceutical. India is the only country in whole world to have this category of phytopharmaceutical as a new drug, and high level of scientific inputs are required. It will be, and now one more thing for information, the Schedule M. Schedule M has now been upgraded, and now there is Schedule M GMP requirement for phytopharmaceutical extract and fractionation also, which was not there earlier. So more and more regulations are coming up, and it is a very convincing for all the stakeholders, be it doctors, be it regulators, be it industry. Pharma industry's output will also go up of the R&D, and it will help to boost those for the herb-based drug business also. So with this, one more opportunity I may share with you that most of the plants today, you must be knowing that five extracts from India. Number one is you are thinking turmeric. No, number one is ashwagandha. Ashwagandha extract is exported number one. Second is turmeric. Third is boswellia. Fourth is brahmi, right? And senna. And the isabgol as a bhusi. It's a top exported product. Now it is time to do some value addition in these extracts, otherwise they will lag. What value addition? Use more than one compound, develop liposomal drug delivery systems, make them retard release the products for so that they can, one tablet can work for whole day. Those kind of innovation will be required in this. And again, this cannot happen without academia industry partnership. So I think opportunities are there for academia industry partners. Let's use that and learn from each other. With this, thank you very much for giving the opportunity to be with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful words. Now, I would like to call our Dean, sir, of Assam Downtown University, Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences, to present the token of appreciation.
It is our privilege to have our Honorable Chancellor, Assam Downtown University, Dr. N.N. Natta sir, with us today. So I would like to request him to share a few words of wisdom with us. Sir, please come on the dais.
I'm extremely sorry that I could not come in time. If I was Soikot's age, I would have been waiting here from 8 o'clock to welcome you. I welcome you, all the delegates coming from different parts of India and also abroad. Philippines. Who is there from Philippines? Okay, don't worry. I was in Krabi Island day before yesterday. I took my granddaughter there. Now talking of my granddaughters, because I worked so hard. I got up at 7 o'clock. No, got up at 5:30. Dressed up at 7 o'clock. And whole day I worked and went home at about 10. So if some people asking how is your daughter, how is your son? I said then this much, because I always see them in the bed. I worked very hard, and as a result of it, God has given me the opportunity of starting the medical hospital and also the university. So pharmacology, all those things I do not know, but research is very important. One my school class friend is here. He said, I am aging. He said, don't worry, someone got now Nobel Prize at the age of 97. He's a man of economics, he can get it. I cannot get. You must get a Nobel Prize at 97. He always tells me to inspire. Now research, why I'm talking, in my lifetime I have seen, I'm a doctor, I was very in medical college, I had seen many patients, many progress of development. Tuberculosis, you know. Tuberculosis, Nehru's wife suffered from tuberculosis. And she was in the best sanatorium in Switzerland. One of our very good dear man of literature, he suffered from tuberculosis. At that time, they were in sanatorium. Shillong had a nice sanatorium. Nowadays, sanatorium is not there. Tuberculosis medicine has come up. Smallpox is not there. So many research is going on. But unfortunately, bacteria are also smarter. Now tuberculosis, previously we give injection, now we are giving oral medicine, but now that resistant tuberculosis bacteria are there. So what I am telling this, that you have to, good news is that there was a news yesterday that thalassemia is a genetic disorder. The first case in the world of thalassemia has been cured fully. So that's a good news for the young people who has got brain and interest in research. You please go on doing some research that will help the country. I am told that those who will be born after 2050, they will live for 150 years. We are unfortunate. So that means longevity of Indian people was about 40 in 1950. Now it is 70. So it is because of our pharmaceutical products. I take so many tablets. She was asking me. I've got a cardiologist and no diabetes. So I urge the young people, please use your brain and do some research. How many brain cells are there? Anyone? 6 billion. How many people are there in the earth? 6 billion. So, though my 6 billion is tired, yours are very fresh, so you should do some research and bring laurel to yourself and to the university. So with these few words, I welcome all the delegates coming from different parts, and I hope we'll enjoy the conference and also the hospitality, I suppose. Some hospitality is there. With these few words, I thank you very much again for coming all the way. I feel I was younger to become a chancellor. But it was a very hard work, hard life. Now I have become chancellor. Little aged. That's why I don't want to fall down or think like that. Unlike this fellow, who is my class friend, he is very young and active. Thank you very much.
To conclude this inaugural session, I would like to invite the convener of Assam Downtown University, Pharmacon 3.0, Dr. Manas Pratam Patik sir, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Yana. So, esteemed Chief Guest, Dr. J.D. Porua, Director of Assam Science and Thank you, Yana. Esteemed Chief Guest, Dr. J.D. Porua, Director of Assam Science, Technology and Environment Council, Government of Assam. Distinguished Guest of Honor, Dr. Bandana Patravale, Professor of Institute of Chemical Technology, Mumbai, and National Convener of the Women's Forum, APTI. Respected Keynote Speaker, Dr. Chandrakant Katiyar sir, CEO Healthcare Technical, Imami Limited. Honorable Chancellor sir, Vice Chancellor sir, Pro Vice Chancellor sir, and Dean of Studies madam. I extend my sincere gratitude for your esteemed presence at Pharmacon 3.0. Your participation has significantly enriched the conference. Furthermore, I wish to express my appreciation to our respected invited national speakers and panelists, Dr. Hemanta Kumar Sharma sir, Professor, Dibrugarh University and President IPA Assam Branch, Dr. P. Radhakrishnan sir, Professor and Registrar in Charge at Naipar, Guwahati, Dr. Vijay Kumar, Director, Signova Healthcare Limited, Guwahati, Dr. Pallab Kanti Haldar sir, Professor, Jadavpur University, Mr. Virender Gaur, Deputy Manager Production, Zydus Healthcare Limited, Sikkim, Dr. Dipankar Karmakar, Sir, President, R&D Chemex Global, Dr. Supratim Biswas, Sir, Regional Project Analyst, HSS at United Nations Development Program, Guwahati, and Dr. Biman Mandal, Professor, Department of Bioscience and Bioengineering, Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati. And I would also like to note a special thanks to Professor Sukriti Das ma'am for attending Pharmacon 3.0. Thank you, ma'am. My profound thanks also extend to our esteemed international speakers, Dr. Deepjyoti Bhuya, Research Support Program Fellow, Western Sydney University, Australia, Dr. T.S. Usmo Nivik, Vice Director of Science and International Relations, Associate Professor, Samarkand State University, Republic of Uzbekistan, Dr. Ken Primo Alcantara, Our Lady of Fatima University, Olfu, Antipolo Campus, Philippines, Dr. Lalit Mohan Pant, Kathmandu University and President, Nepal Pharmaceutical Association, Dr. Kusagra Khanna, Head of Research, Department of Pharmaceutical Technology, UCSI, University, Malaysia. Thank you for accepting our invitation to grace Pharmacon 3.0. Your valuable contribution and willingness to share your expertise will surely enlighten our delegates. We also acknowledge the presence of our esteemed external evaluators, Dr. Subham Banerjee, Associate Professor, NIPER Guwahati, Dr. Dipankar Saha, Register, Grijananda Chaudhary University, Dr. Raja Chakraborty, Principal, Institute of Pharmacy, Assam Don Bosco University, Professor Bhanu Sahu, School of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Grijananda Chaudhary University, Guwahati, Mrs. Mohua Bhaumik Singha, Principal, Institute of Pharmacy, GMCH, Guwahati, and Dr. Bula Chaudhary, Senior Scientist at Guwahati Biotech Park, Guwahati. We would like to thank you for accepting our invitation to grace Pharmacon 3.0. Our sincere gratitude is also extended to our collaborators, Our Lady of Fatima University, Philippines, the Indian Pharmaceutical Association, Assam State Branch, Chemex Global, Guwahati, Signova Healthcare Private Limited, Guwahati, and the IPA Student Forum, AdtU chapter. We also acknowledge the generous sponsorship of Messrs. Molbiogen, MediHub, and Northeast Chemical Corporation, Guwahati, Assam. We express our deep appreciation to the management of Assam Downtown University for their support throughout the organization of Pharmacon 3.0. We are particularly grateful to Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir for his valuable suggestions, Pro Vice Chancellor Sir for his essential guidance, and the Registrar Office, IQAC Office, Accounts Office, Purchase Office, International Affairs Office, Marketing and Admission Cell, and Office of the Controller of Examination for their crucial assistance in organization of Pharmacon 3.0. We are also thankful to the evaluators from different faculty of studies of Assam Downtown University. We also acknowledge the contribution of the event team, IT team, food service, branding team, housekeeping, security, and transportation team of Assam Downtown University for successful organization of Pharmacon 3.0. Our heartfelt thanks also extend to our dedicated students of pharmaceutical science, Faculty of Pharmaceutical Science, for their enthusiasm and commitment to the conference, particularly those involved in the committee of decoration, food, registration, scientific transportation, and cultural events. Also like to thank the non-teaching staff of Faculty of Pharmaceutical Science for their support. We are deeply grateful to the faculty members of Faculty of Pharmaceutical Science for their tireless support in organizing this prestigious event. My special gratefulness goes to Dr. Inchi Bora, Organizing Secretary, Pharmacon 3.0, whose dedication and efficiency significantly improved the organizational process. Finally, I extend my deepest appreciation to our Dean, Professor Saikar Sen, whose meticulous planning and leadership were instrumental to the success of Pharmacon 3.0. While it is impossible to acknowledge everyone, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all who supported throughout the process. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Before moving towards our next session, I would like to request our Honorable Chairperson of AdtU Pharmacon 3.0, Professor Dr. Saikat Sen sir, to felicitate our honorable guest, Professor Sukriti Das ma'am, Professor NATS Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences, NIPS Mirza, Assam. Please give a big round of applause.
Thank you, sir. As we move towards our next session, which is the plenary session, to guide us through this session, we have with us Dr. Homeshwar Das sir, Professor Emeritus, Assam Downtown University. It is my privilege to introduce our eminent speaker, Dr. Vandana Patravale ma'am, Professor, Institute of Chemical Technology, Mumbai, and National Convener, Women's Forum, APTI. Dr. Patravale is a fellow of Indian National Science Academy and Indian National Academy of Engineers. Dr. Patravale is currently a professor of pharmaceutics at the Institute of Chemical Technology, Mumbai, with over 30 years of exceptional teaching and research experience. Her remarkable contribution includes over 200 refereed publications with more than 14,650 citations, 30 granted patents, and 20 patents in the pipeline. She has also authored 5 books and 45 book chapters with esteemed international publishers. Dr. Patravale's research focuses on the development of nanocarriers targeting infectious disease, cancer, and neurodegenerative disorders, along with innovations in medical devices, nanodiagnostics, and nanovaccines. Her accolades include the Distinguished Alumnus Award, the UDCT 2024, Most Iconic Healthcare Global Leader Award for 2023, Abdul Kalam Technology Innovation National Fellowship 2021, and numerous other prestigious recognitions over the years. She is also the convener of APTI Women's Forum, president of the CRS Indian chapter, and vice president of the Pediatric Medicine Healthcare Initiative, contributing significantly to academia and industry alike. With extensive collaborations both nationally and internationally, Dr. Patravale has successfully transferred over 20 technologies to the industry, including drug-eluting stents marketed in more than 65 countries. It is indeed a privilege to have her share her knowledge and insights with us today. Please join me welcoming Dr. Vandana Patravale.
Good morning, everyone. So at the outset, I would like to thank, of course, Assam Downtown University, organizing committee of AdtU Pharmacon 3.0, in particular, of course, Dr. Saikat. And today's title, of course, goes with the theme of Pharmacon 3.0, and that is Industry Academia Partnership, driving innovation and growth. What you can see in the slide is our institute, that's Institute of Chemical Technology in Matunga, Mumbai, And this institute actually has given 19 Padma awardees to our nation. So very small institute, but definitely it is portal of excellence. Now we have 2 more campuses, one in Bhubaneswar and another one in Jalna in Maharashtra. Before we move on to what is innovation and what you students should target, our aim very clearly, Honorable Prime Minister has given us the aim. By 2047, India should be disease-free. So if India has to be disease-free, you and me have to really work very hard. And dear students, you are the intellectual powerhouses. So there the ideation comes from you, and then we need to work hand in hand, as Dr. Katiyar also said, with industry to see that translational products can be developed. These are some of the key drivers, so we need to start with product necessity. Whether the product which you are making really has any value. Have you actually discussed with clinician to know that there is an unmet need, or it is just for research purposes and it stays in papers and theses? So that's not the way forward. We need to look at products which really have the necessity. Obviously, we are moving towards novelty. Again, Dr. Katiyar mentioned, the era is gone of generic drugs. It's gone where we were making Me Too drugs. If India has to be superpower, we need to move into ideation and come out with those ideas which can definitely be first in world kind of products. Our ex-Chancellor, Dr. Mashelkar, has clearly given us a mandate at ICT, work towards disruptive innovations. Incremental innovations no longer would be useful to our country if we need to move forward. So obviously, novelty is something which we need to look at, but while we are looking at novelty, we need to keep in mind the end goal. And end goal is whether whatever we are going to make in our research labs, industry will be scaling it up. So whether they have the infrastructure to scale it up, can we not give them simpler technologies for which they already have the infrastructure, but they are obviously the novel kind of technologies? And you will see in my today's talk, I've taken one diagnostic case study, one for vaccine, that's prophylaxis, and one for treatment, which says that you can definitely look at something which is very simple, can be translational. One needs to look at the IP scenario as a whole. Most of us, we do literature survey, but restrict ourselves to whatever search engines our universities provide. But it is need now that we also look at patents, and not only patents, we also look at micro patents, to which many a times we do not have access. So we need to do that, and once we do that and we have a very good hypothesis, obviously we can make products which can give revenues to the industry and in turn to our nation. So this is a quote which is very important. Innovation is seeing what everyone has seen and thinking what no one has thought. That means day in and day out you can do innovations. Already there's plenty of research available, but it is in pockets. You need to bring out that technologies, together to come out with something which can be termed as innovative. Now, talking about innovation as driving force for translation, the ideation is done in universities. Ideation can be in hospitals or any of the research institutes. But translation is where the gap exists. Translation can be done with the help of nowadays with the government grants, but it can also be done if you get funds from venture capitalists, if you get funds from angelists. You do have nowadays in universities incubator centers, which can definitely hope, in fact, can give you some kind of seed money. So if you have an idea and you have money, obviously what you need to do is realize that idea and give that particular idea to pharmaceutical industry or become entrepreneurs. Both the options are open. I, by choice, have selected the first mode, giving ideas, making basically a prototype formulation and transferring it to industry. Where does the gap innovations translation exist? Very clearly this slide shows that gap is that we do develop up to TR level 4, that's technology readiness level 4, but when it is our term to show that we can demonstrate our technology, there is a failure. Why should there be a failure if you have actually worked at your technology in a systematic way? And that's why, dear students, we urge you, nowadays we do have design of experiments, right? We do have quality by design paradigm. Use that. If you use that, definitely the failures would be much less than currently are there in space. So for any product to be successful, these 4 agencies need to work hand in hand, and they are government agencies, academia, industry, and private organizations. So unless we come together, we cannot solve the miseries which our population is suffering. Before we go on to the case study, there are some pointers, some points which are worth pondering. Why is it that in the Western countries, every professor is floating a startup maybe every 6 months or in a year, and that culture is not happening here in India? Or why is it that we are making such good products, but they remain into thesis? So for that, first point is, do we have sound hypothesis before taking any research? And students have to actually be very, very sure that whatever research they are going to undertake, that will have translational potential. If it has translational potential, on paper that exercise needs to be done. So our master students, when we give them problem, we tell them take a blank sheet of paper and without referring to the literature which is there, come out with how can you tackle this particular problem. So more often it so happens that of the 12 ideas which they write, there will be 10 which are already covered by the domain, literature domain, but 2 ideas would be novel. So you need to have a very, very sound hypothesis towards that research. Then you need to think, are we working in areas of unmet need? So where does the unmet need of our country lie? We are a country having so many tropical diseases, but are we working in those tropical diseases? West is not going to work on tropical diseases. It doesn't give them business. But we have to work in this infectious diseases, parasitic diseases, which affect us a lot. So we need to work. Is the data which is created authentic, reliable, reproducible? How many theses, Excel sheets do the guides or supervisor collect from the student? How many supervisors see to it that whatever work is done by one student is replicated by another student? For that matter, how many supervisors look at the chromatograms and the absorbance reading which students are reporting? If that is not done, how can we be sure that whatever data we are giving to industry would be reproducible? And also, they are not good predictive preclinical models for all the diseases. For example, when I worked with the industry called as NQ Ethicals, we had a very good product called tacrolimus nanostructured lipid carriers. They told us to work on animal models other than on what we had worked. I, in fact, saw to it, throughout the India, we couldn't find a single institute which had a validated model for psoriasis at that particular time. So then the time delay came. So obviously, time delay was not due to formulation, but due to unavailability of preclinical model. So by that time, the sales of that drug definitely go down. There are some other molecules coming. So we changed the molecule, and we did for apremilast molecule for them and gave them the results. By then, the model was validated also. There are few more points which universities need to be very, very careful about. Are we modifying rules? Are we rewriting rules every time we wish to collaborate? These rules need to be in black and white so that we can show to industry, these are the rules my institutes have and I cannot move anywhere beyond those moves. So we need to have ready drafts of confidentiality, ready MOUs. How many universities have that? Industry, first thing when they want to work with you, they'll say, sign a CDA. And they will request, madam, do you have a CDA to share? You cannot say, we don't have, you send your CDA. So you have to have confidentiality agreement ready with you. MOUs, very, very important. Same way, can the universities or the institutes norms for intellectual property, for royalty be agreed upon quickly? You know, there are different modes in which our academicians are working. It could be that I have patented something and I'm giving that to industry. But if I do not know what royalty I have to expect, and I have to go for that paperwork for 1 month, industry is not going to wait. So you need to be ready with this. We need to have written norms also for milestone payments. It so happens that generally I have seen when companies from Europe and US come to us, they are ready to give you 100% in advance also. But when it is our own Indian companies, specifically Indian startups, they say, can we give milestone payments? So we need to do their hand-holding and see that we agree upon milestone payments very fast. So that needs to be done. And besides that, all the students, please note that all the log books have to be maintained properly for all the instruments, all the equipments, even the lab notebook in which you are writing. Adopt industry norms. Nowadays there are e-books in industry, but at least you can write in a notebook which is consecutively numbered pages. And it is duty of our supervisors to see that we take those lab notebooks from our research students when they are leaving, so that when a question of patentability arises, we are ready to say that we were the first ones to do that job. Some other points to ponder are, do we have GMP setups in academia institutes? Answer is a big no. I was really elated when yesterday I saw NIPER-G having some facility for extraction as well as for animal house, but a lot more needs to be done. We do not have any manufacturing setup to make prototype for clinical trials. So we are dependent again on industry for doing that. Can confidentiality from student side can be guaranteed? This is one question which industry always asks. We'll give you a problem, you will work by taking students' help, but how do we guarantee that that student will not utter to outside industry what's happening? So you need to sign a CDA with student. It's very important that supervisors sign a CDA with students so that these things can be taken care of. We need to take adequate surveys from the end users. If you're working in direction of pediatrics or geriatrics, understand what their problems are and then come up with solutions. And of course, unless you take clinicians' perspective, you can't move forward. So now coming to what work we have been doing at ICT in Mumbai, we have varied interest. Of course, we started majorly with the infectious diseases and with cancer, but slowly we have entered into all the domains, not only for therapy, but also for prophylaxis. So the first case study I'm going to present is on brucellosis. Brucellosis comes under One Health concept. What is meant by One Health concept? It is a disease which actually affects animals as well as human beings. So primary source is animals. So if it affects the mammalians, abortion is the only way for those cattle. But from their dairy products, from their meat products, if it comes to humans or farmers who are working on the farms or doctors who are, veterinary doctors who are visiting the farms, it can be contacted. So this is a very fatal disease caused by B. abortus. We saw that more than 500,000 new human cases of brucellosis are reported. In humans, what it does, it causes muscle fatigue. So for months together, you would not know why do you have the muscle fatigue. So lethargy is a major, major problem. So we understood what is the gravity of problem, how currently it is being diagnosed in animals. So just like COVID, you saw that ELISA and PCR were the tests which were being done. Now ELISA and PCR are very expensive tests. So we thought, can we come up with some test which doesn't use blood? So it is non-invasive first. So it can use maybe saliva, it can use urine, come up with non-invasive test for brucellosis. The other tests which are there based on agglutination, etc., are giving false positive. So that was a drawback. PCR and ELISA we wanted to actually avoid. So we came up with one particular immunochromatographic testing procedure, just like you have pregnancy test kit. A very simple kit, as you can see on the slide. The downside, I have written ICD strip, so pointer is moving, so definitely you can see. It has a conjugate pad on which you have to apply sample, and just like on a TLC plate the sample moves, this sample will move and you will have one test line and one control line. So typically the membrane is majorly made of nitrocellulose, and these components are easily available. So we thought, can we look at something which is new? Now silica, in the north there's a problem. You would have seen that pollution is due to burning of hay, etc. But what is the end product of that? It is silica. So we thought, can we replace what others are using? People are using gold. Gold is expensive. Can we replace it with easier substitutes readily available? And we made silica fluorescent. So if you apply fluorescent silica here, and on test line if you have a specific antibody, on control line could be non-specific antibody which anyone, anyway will actually be reacting. You can see that all what needs to be done is sample has to be applied on a conjugate pad. It moves forward. So if your test is negative, only control line will glow. But if your test is positive, brucella positive, both the lines will glow. Why both will glow? Because here you have a specific antibody with which antigen is reacting. So using this particular technique, of course it is patented and now the patent is granted also. We are now using this base for number of disease. So be it dengue, be it cytomegalovirus virus, malaria, it is helpful. And right now our lab is working on non-small cell lung cancer. So you can see that these are the results. Looking at the results, these are real samples from 9 human beings which were collected and tested, and very well you can see that ICDT in terms of sensitivity, specificity, it agrees with the results which have been given by ELISA and PCR. So simple test, ELISA PCR requires blood, it is invasive, our test does not require any kind of blood, and definitely it is in agreement with the results. We tested it on 103 cattle and 30 buffaloes also. And here also you can see that you take milk, you take saliva, or you take urine. It is still giving us very, very good sensitivity and specificity. So this particular kit is definitely novel. Not only that it is novel, look at the cost. Cost of other kits which are there in the market is about $500 to $750 US per kit. And our kit raw material cost is only 20 rupees. So that is what can make a difference, and we were able to, of course, transfer this technology. And even for non-small cell lung cancer, we have transferred the technology. So we've kept the rights with us for fluorescent silica, and whoever comes to us, we partner with them and give them specifically for which particular disease they want to tackle. The second case study which I am going to take is on nano vaccine. Now this case study became very important for us. We got a grant from Bill Melinda Gates, very huge grant, and these results guarantee that we'll get $100 million US if the second grant opportunity comes. So it has given us really very, very good way forward. This was also for brucellosis. There was a call again on One Health, and we were lucky we were reading about brucella a lot. So we thought, what can we do it different? Now remember, vaccines, when it is given to cattle, to animals, they need to make, they need to lie down, their legs are tied, and then the injection is given. So it's very painful procedure to see those. We thought, can we administer by nasal route a vaccine? And nasal route would be very, very easy. All you need to have is make a nano vaccine, and it would be sprayed with animals in place. Second challenge which we had is all those vaccines which are there in the market are actually transported. There's a cold chain transport. So we thought if we can come up with something which can be stored at room temperature, even farmers will be able to actually administer it. So we worked in that direction under One Health approach and developed a subunit vaccine for brucellosis, which comprised of submicron size polymer-based nanoparticles. And what we have done here, how we have made it cheap, we have used indigenous polymer, which is actually a waste product. So what I don't mind saying, because we have a patent in place, the tamarind seed polysaccharide. So tamarind seed polysaccharide used to make a vaccine by a green procedure. What is that green procedure? We are not using any solvents, nothing. It is supercritical extraction technique, which is generally used to extract herbal actives. We have modified it to collect particles. So all you have to do is put the polymer, the antigen together in a supercritical chamber and collect it. It's as simple as that. One-step procedure to make a vaccine. We made a vaccine, and then of course, this is a published literature also, but we have patented. We've used the RES methodology, that's rapid expansion of supercritical solvent. I told you, everything will be in a chamber, and all you need to do is pass carbon dioxide through it. Now this carbon dioxide is in supercritical form. So when it comes out of the expansion chamber, it actually comes as droplets, or very fine droplets, which are submicron in range. So is it that we've just made particles and characterized and kept at that? Answer is no. So obviously a very detailed study was done. We've also used an adjuvant which is from a natural source, and that's Quillia saponin. It is known that Quillia saponin can actually give you immunoadjuvant effect. So we have utilized that from literature and given a product which is definitely in the nanometric range. LPS content, as you can see, we kept around 50% and loaded it. So we did in vivo immunogenicity studies, and NV50, which is our candidate, NV50 is a candidate, it showed maximum and prolonged immune response as compared to any other candidates when we looked at serum antibody titers. Is it that we as pharmacists, we have not been taught about antibody titers? Can we not read, understand it, and apply this knowledge? I remember when I studied in 1982 to 85. BPharm, when I did, there was no biotechnology word. We were just taught fermentation, nothing else. But if there is a need, can we not learn? And this learning can be by reading, of course. Now we developed this particular thing, but very sorry to say, when we wanted to do challenge study, that means give animals that particular organism, abortus, and then see whether our vaccine is taking care, we did not have any class 3 facilities in India at that time. So if there were no class 3 facility, a huge grant came from Bill Melinda, but a 2/3 chunk went back to USA for us to do this particular study. So we had different groups wherein we had our nano vaccine with adjuvant and of course the antigen LPS. We looked at both the IgG response as well as IgA responses, and in both the cases the formulation was performing well. Now why IgA? Because we were giving it by nasal route. So we have to make sure that IgA, which is responsible for nasal immunity, also is activated or not. And this study helped us because the same platform we used to make a nasal COVID vaccine. So it was very important during COVID time. We got together, wrote a project, and got 2 projects from government DBT, one on nasal COVID vaccine, and another one on the test which I just described, ICDT test, to know whether you are suffering from COVID or not. So this particular slide gives you log 10 IgA and IgG1 titers. It is important, okay, you have given it by nasal route, but what happens when it goes to your lungs? Whether it gives you the efficacy there, and of course it has to reduce the bioburden. And we showed that if you use our vaccine as a candidate, obviously you can see the levels in the lung are more, and you can see that the bacterial burden decreases. So this gave us a platform again. It's a platform again where you can use TSP, you can use qualia, and then you can encapsulate any antigen. So we are future ready. If there is some infection striking us, we have a technique how to encapsulate, and whether we'll give the effect or not, obviously clinical studies have to be done in detail. So that is a second study, one on diagnosis, one on prevention, and the third study which I'm going to discuss today is nanotechnology for Alzheimer's. We talked about phytopharmaceuticals today, talked about herbals also. So here I present a case study where very systematically we have started with in silico studies, went on to make a formulation, did in vitro studies, and we have also done pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamic studies till preclinical level. This particular technology got awarded from President of India under GYTI, that's Gandhi and Young Technology Innovation Award, and scale up of this is already done. It's a very simple technology. Beauty of the technology which ICT is working is they require only one simple stirrer, or it's a unit step process. So my expertise lies in using technologies. We do not use complicated instruments, equipments, etc. Of course, for characterization, we do need those things. So there are alarming statistics with respect to Alzheimer's. We know that 1 in 6 of world's population is getting affected by neurological disorders. And the challenge is to cross BBB. Now, I'm sure that all of you have been taught that when you administer anything by nasal route, there is no BBB which is existing there. So from nose, if you give something, it can be taken up by axonal pathway route and it directly enters brain. Some of it might get absorbed through the cilia, through the nasal route, it will go to the blood, but from blood, again, it has to go to the brain. So what we thought is we'll work on a nanotechnology-based intranasal spray formulation for Alzheimer, and this was a PhD work of a student. So we started because we didn't have this, I've coded it as VBPN, because the same student has actually started his own. So he has scaled up, so he intends to take it ahead, but I have coded it out. What I can tell you is that it is from soya source. So we have started with homology modeling. After doing the homology modeling, we did site map analysis. In site map analysis, we got the druggability score of around 1. If it has druggability score of about 1, then you can actually do docking studies. We docked against various receptors, and we were very happy to see that VBPN, it binds specifically to amyloid beta fibrils. So in silico, we proved that it might have efficacy. We wanted to move to preclinical work, but our institute ethical committee is very, very strong. They said you do few more studies and show in vitro that it is first working. There's a simple test which is called as MOA thioflavin T binding assay, wherein A beta fibrils, they complex with thioflavin T and they give you fluorescence. If your moiety acts on A beta fibrils and it actually disrupts these A beta fibrils, you'll get lesser fluorescence. So in our case, we did get lesser fluorescence. Also by SEM, we showed that the A-beta plaque actually dissolves. So it was a very simple formulation, a microemulsion formulation, which consists of only oil, surfactant, co-surfactant, and water. So using that, we characterized it extensively, looked at how it permeates through nasal mucosa. We did pharmacokinetic study. You can see that drug targeting efficiency has increased many-fold as compared to when you give it in a solution form. Other thing which you need to see is histopath. In histopath, if it is going to brain, it should not affect any of the neurons. So it is very important to show that neurons remain the same. We could show that. Then we may move to pharmacodynamic study. In pharmacodynamic study, you inject A-beta peptide directly into brain using stereotaxic apparatus. You need to train the animals while you are giving the treatment. What we saw is if you use this radial maze test, you place the animal in the center, animal will have tendency to go eat food and come back. But if A-beta is given to them, they are confused. It's like producing dementia in them. So either they'll go to the next one where there's no food, or they'll go to the same one where they have eaten the food from. So the animals get confused. So behavioral studies results indicated that this one which comes from natural source is as good as gold standard donepezil, which is given for Alzheimer nowadays. But now donepezil problem is that resistance gets developed over a period of time. You have to go on increasing the dose. And there comes a time when these patients can no longer take donepezil and their hands start trembling too. So we thought this will be a real good moiety. We didn't want to stop at that because behavioral studies, though it was video tracking, there could be a bias. So we looked even at biochemical analysis, and these are the results of biochemical analysis. You can see here that BDNF, that is brain-derived neuronal cells, they increase. So far it was reported that if your neurons are damaged, you cannot regenerate them. Okay, so in elderly population, over a period of time, neurons get damaged, because of which you have memory-related problems. But here, after giving treatment, you can see that neuronal cells are regenerating. So that is something very good. So now we are doing a study to see whether prophylactically also it can be given so that people don't develop Alzheimer. Besides that, when we looked at anti-inflammatory markers, TNF-alpha as well as IL-6, both the marker levels go down. Now it is very well known that if you have inflammation in your body, that is going to lead to neurodegenerative disorder. And that's why, Ayurveda gives so much emphasis on your food habits. So you need to decrease those inflammatory markers. So in a very, very systematic way, we have gone and we proved that VVPN can effectively be used for AD. Now all these three studies which originated from our lab and were given to industry. There's another part where industry comes to you and you need to develop something. So one under Indo-Irish collaboration, which also happened during COVID time. Our labs are closed. So we actually contacted our ex-student of ICT who was in Ireland and requested him to do this study. Now problem is equine scoring. Young horses, when they are born, 20% of them die. And most of the horses have symptoms like diarrhea. And death happens within few hours if they are left untreated. A solution to this in industry is give antibiotics. But that's not right. Because over a period of time, just like us, they also develop resistance. So this industry came to us from Ireland saying, can you develop a product which does not exist in market and does not use antibiotic? So we developed a product for them which took care of severe dehydration, electrolyte loss, as well as it restored natural gut microbiota. There was an unmet need which was tackled, and this product came in market. So student who passed just B.Pharm from ICT was doing masters in Ireland. He went to the facility. There were talks every night, directions were given, and he took it to 400 liters scale up. And now it started from Ireland but the product is being sold in so many countries, including Middle East, in a big way. And this is the last study, which comes under Startup India collaboration. So one startup came to us to develop dental alginates. If you look at dental alginates, the market is huge, but there are no products in Indian market. So we took up the challenge. We said we will develop the product, but he wanted a product with the difference, not something which exists. So 3 things were done in this product. One is we changed the packing from 1 kg jars to sachets, because these jars very often pick up moisture and they become very hard. Second thing is kids were throwing it out, so we added some flavors to it, strawberry and chocolate flavors. And third thing, we used our analysis basis and we added 2 indicators. So generally dentists will take a mortar pestle and triturate it for a specific time, then put it in your dental cavity, oral cavity, put it for some time, then remove it out. By putting indicators, they can just look at the color change and they can remove it. So this product is also in the market. There are many other products. 24 products have gone. Just last week, one technology was actually transferred from our lab. So be it in devices, be it in diagnostics, cosmetic products, or natural-based products, we've been working in all. It would not have been possible if it was not support of government agencies as well as some private partners. You can see here names of most of them who have been supporting us always. And this is the motto with which we work. So if you all work with this motto, that is focus, I'm sure what I have done is minuscule in my lifetime, but you can do much more than what has been done. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing these valuable insights with us. Now I open the session for audience's questions. If you have any question for ma'am, you can ask now. Speaker.
Doesn't have the centrioles, so how it will be regenerate?
So BDNF studies which you saw have given us an inkling that it is happening. Now mechanistic part of it, how and why it is happening, that still needs to be done. So we are working very, very closely with TIFR to look at the mechanism, why is it happening. So, but it's definitely happening because it's significantly different than the other control groups.
Now, generally that when a million of neuronal cell is damaged, then only the symptoms is appear, because it is degenerative disorder. Not comes today it will start, tomorrow you will get the symptoms. It will take 10-15 years or more than that. So as a neuron does not have a centriole, so it is not divided. So that's my question. That your component is regenerations causes. That's what is the mechanistic.
So right now they have indicated, meaning TIFR people have indicated it is regeneration, but we are looking at intricacies of that to know why it is regeneration.
Okay.
It is regeneration, that is clear.
Thank you, madam.
That's the reason why they indicated that we should do prophylactic studies also. If we can give it, throughout, whether it can actually stall. So just like how vaccines, we are doing the study, if we plan the studies in the same way, maybe we'll have some results.
Thank you. Now I request our Dean of Faculty of Pharmaceutical Science, Professor Dr. Saika Sen sir, to present a token of appreciation to Dr. Patravalli ma'am.
Now we move to highly anticipated panel discussion on the topic Industry-Academia Partnership, the Changing Dynamics. Bridging the gap between academia and industry is no longer a choice but a necessity. Throughout this panel discussion, we will explore how these partnerships can be strengthened to foster innovations, enhance research outcomes, and address real-world challenges. To moderate and steer today's discussion, we are honored to have Dr. Hemanta Kumar Sharma, Professor, Dibrugarh University and President, IPA Assam Branch, Central Council Member, PCI, New Delhi, with us. It is an honor to introduce Dr. Hemanta Kumar Sharma as a distinguished academician and researcher in the field of pharmaceutical sciences. Dr. Sharma earned his PhD in pharmaceutical sciences from Dibrugarh University and is currently working as a professor at Dibrugarh University. His research expertise spans a wide range of areas, including biocompatible materials, microspheres, nanoparticles, ethnomedicines, and control drug delivery system. With over 25 years of teaching and research experiences, Dr. Sharma is also actively associated with professional bodies, serving as a member of the Pharmacy Council of India and the Assam Pharmacy Council, a CEC member of the Indian Pharmaceutical Association, and coordinator of the B-Pharm practice course. He has also contributed as the ex-chief editor of Current Trends in Pharmaceutical Research and served on the editorial boards and review panels for the numerous journals. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Hemanta Kumar Vishwa Sharma on the dais. Please give a big round of applause for him. Joining Dr. Sharma, I would like to introduce Mr. Vijay Kumar, Director, Signova Healthcare Private Limited, Guwahati, an esteemed pharmaceutical professional with over 2 decades of remarkable contributions to the industry. He is currently serving as the Director at Signova Healthcare Private Limited. His leadership has been pivotal in stabilizing the company as a reputed name in the pharmaceutical market. Mr. Vijay Kumar's journey began at Annamalai University, Tamil Nadu, where he cultivated his passion for pharmaceuticals. His career has spanned various sectors of pharmaceuticals manufacturing, showcasing expertise in regulatory compliance, implementing innovative strategies, and maintaining the highest standard of quality in drug manufacturing. A visionary leader, Mr. Vijay Kumar, dedicated to making a positive impact on global healthcare by contributing to the development of cutting-edge medicines. His unwavering commitment to patient safety and well-being remains at the core of his missions. Under his dynamic leadership, Signova Healthcare Private Limited has achieved remarkable milestone, positioning itself as a leading player in the industry. With a passion for excellence and a drive to innovate, Mr. Vijay Kumar continues to inspire and lead with integrity, shaping the future of healthcare.
Dr. Pallab Kanti Haldar, Professor of Jalvatpur University, Kolkata, whose expertise lies in the translating academic research into practical applications. Dr. Halder is a distinguished academician and researcher currently serving as professor in the Division of Pharmacology and Toxicology, Department of Pharmaceutical Technology, Jadavpur University, Kolkata, and Director of the School of Natural Product Studies at the same institution. He holds a PhD in Pharmacy 2006, M.Pharm in Pharmacology 2002, and B.Pharm in 2000 from Jadavpur University, also with a D.Pharm 1996 from the University of Pharmacy, Kalyani. Dr. Halder has a rich academic and professional journey, having served in various capacities including associate professor, assistant professor, and head of the department at renowned institutions like the Himalayan Pharmacy Institute, Sikkim. He is a fellow of the Institution of Chemists, India, FIC, and life member of prestigious organizations such as the Association of Pharmaceutical Teachers of India, APTI, and the Indian Pharmacological Society, IPS. He is Executive Secretary of the Society for Ethnopharmacology, SFE, India, and a nominee at the CPCSEA. Additionally, he serves as an external member of the Board of Studies for the Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Assam Downtown University, at the GITAM School of Pharmacy. With this vast expertise in pharmacology and natural product studies, Dr. Halder continues to make significant contributions to pharmacological studies and education. Next we have Mr. Virender Gaur, Deputy Manager Production, Zydus Healthcare Limited, Sikkim. It is my privilege to introduce Mr. Virendra as seasoned professionals with over 14 years of experience in pharmaceutical production, particularly in tablet and capsule section, currently serving as Deputy Manager Production at Zydus Healthcare Limited, Sikkim. Since November 2017, Mr. Virendra has demonstrated expertise in managing GMP compliance, batch manufacturing, preventive maintenance, and quality management system. His responsibilities include training professional, executive production schedules, troubleshooting, and implementing lean manufacturing practices to ensure operational efficiency. Prior to Zydus Healthcare, he held key positions in reputable pharmaceutical companies such as Eris Life Sciences Limited, Sozin Flora Pharma, Rabinbel Healthcare, ASTAM Healthcare Private Limited, Brooks Laboratory Limited, and Acme Formulation Private Limited, where he gained extensive exposure to manufacturing processes, quality control, and regulatory compliance. Mr. Virendra is proficient in using ERP, FIL PharmaCloud, and SAP software, and has successfully faced audits such as World Health Organization and Kenya audits. He holds an M.Pharm of 8.68 CGPA from Biju Patnaik University of Technology, Orissa, and B.Pharm from A&D College of Pharmacy, UP. With his extensive experience, technical expertise, and commitment to quality, Mr. Virendra is a valuable asset in the field of pharmaceutical manufacturing.
Next, we have Dr. Pulapanthula Radhakrishnanand Sir, a professor at NIPER Guwahati, known for his impactful research in pharmaceutical sciences. It is my privilege to introduce Dr. P. Radhakrishnanand, a distinguished academician and industry expert in pharmaceutical analysis. Currently serving as a professor in the Department of Pharmaceutical Analysis at NIPER Guwahati, Dr. Radhakrishnanand holds a PhD in analytical chemistry from Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Hyderabad in 2009, and an MBA in technology management with a specialization in marketing from Osmania University, Hyderabad 2016. With over 24 years of combined experience in industry and academia, he has worked extensively in analytical departments at various capacities, including leadership roles in United States Pharmacopoeia, DECAL, GVK Bio, and Dr. Reddy's laboratories, where he led analytical method development and validation for drug substances, products, and excipients under stringent regulatory environment. Dr. Radhakrishnan has served as a director for 2 multinational pharmaceutical companies from 2013 to 2020. Currently, he handles EMR and consultancy project worth approximately rupees 16 lakh and is the coordinator for the Central of Excellence for Quality Assessment and Value Addition for the herbal industry in Northeast India, a prestigious project funded by the Ministry of Commerce with a budget of rupees 22.62 crores. He is also a board of director member for the Atal Innovation Mission, Naipur Guwahati, and has been serving as a registrar of Naipur Guwahati since December 2020. Showcasing his exceptional administrative expertise, Dr. Radhakrishnan is a prolific researcher with over 60 publications in peer-reviewed international and national journals and has presented his work at numerous professional conferences. As a mentor, he has guided more than 30 MS Pharma students and successfully supervised 3 PhD scholars, with 6 more currently pursuing their doctorates under his guidance. Please give a big round of applause for Dr. P. Radhakrishnan. Next, we have Dr. Deepankar Karmakar sir, President R&D Chemex Global, has been appointed as the President of R&D at Chemex Global, effective September 4, 2024. With over 20 years of extensive experience in pharmaceutical research and development, Dr. Karmakar brings a wealth of experience and leadership to the organization. He previously served as a director at Novik Bioscience Private Limited and held key positions at GBK Bioscience and Chem Biotech Research Private Limited, where he progressed from a research scientist to associate director and principal scientist, consistently demonstrating a strong commitment to scientific innovation. His expertise spans medicinal chemistry, process development, custom manufacturing, NCE synthesis, route scouting, and production scale-up for global clients. Dr. Karmakar has contributed to international publications, mentored PhD students, and fostered successful collaboration across the USA, UK, and Italy, further stabilizing his reputation as a leader in the field. Please give a big round of applause for all the panel members present here.
Moving forward, we have Dr. Shyamalendu Nath, Inspector of Drugs, Kamrup Rural Food and Drug Administration, Government of Assam. Dr. Nath completed B Pharm and M Pharm in pharmaceutical chemistry from HPI, Sikkim. He received his PhD degree from Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Dibrugarh University. Dr. Nath has more than 3 years research experience in working at CSIR, NIST, Jorhat in dealing with isolation of bioactive molecules from natural resources and development and validation of HPLC methods. He also has more than 5 years of experience in working in testing of pharmaceutical formulations in Regional Drug Testing Laboratory, Guwahati. Dr. Nath has expertise in using sophisticated instruments. Sir has published various articles in publications in reputed journals. Without further ado, I now invite Dr. Himanta Kumar Sharma to kindly take over and lead us through this thought-provoking discussion.
Thank you very much for a nice introduction and for inviting us for this panel discussion. To respected dignitaries in front of us, and all budding scientists. Means students are also scientists, research scholars are also scientists. So this panel discussion is very, very important because we will be discussing some important points which will provide some valuable information and also some links so that research scholars can proceed in their research work, and it will also help to channelize their plan and programs in their existing research work also, and if they have any future plan, so how strategically they should move. So I hope it will help. So I request respected panel members that we have some points, but since we have very limited time, we have only 1 hour. So I request to share your views. First I request Professor Haldar. To okay. So areas of importance. Okay. So first we will discuss this one. First we will discuss, then we will take this one. So I request Professor Haldar to highlight the points to discuss, to start the discussion with bridging the gap between theory and practice, which is actually important because whatever syllabic contents we have in academic institutions, and practically students find very difficult to apply their theoretical knowledge in practical field. So now this discussion will help how we can fill up this gap or how we can link this theory and practice. Please, Professor.
Thank you, sir. And thank you all the dignitaries. And I have to say that first of all, I thank to this organizer to invite me to be as a panelist over here. And the Assam Downtown University is new for me because from the long back, more than 10 years or 8 years, more than 8 years before I came as an external for a different purpose like evaluators or thesis evaluation, PhD, 5OC, all of the things. So, and I also just tell to Professor Dr. Cartier, he is actually, he is so aged, but he just behave like a friend. And presently I am the director of School of Natural Product Studies. That the school is running more than 22 years in the Jadavpur University, and it has a lot of expertise on the natural products, because we are working on the natural products to the alternate of the modern medicines. Because nowadays you have seen that so many medicines, that is that from the herbal formulations, and government also promote our nature, Mother Nature, because Mother Nature has all the things that can combat different types of ailment, but we have to find out. And Dr. Carter has a so vast knowledge regarding this matter. I don't have so much of knowledge. I'll just give the little highlight. What will be the drawback? What will be the drawback? Because I am the researcher, I am just doing the practical work in our lab and screening the product. And our target to make some good paper. That is final objectives. But these objectives should be changed. These objectives should be changed in such a way that we have to give some product to the society that will helpful for our mass population. Because government spend a crore and crore rupees for development of product, and we are researchers, we are getting the fund from the different funding agency, and we are just communicate or publish some paper. That was our motto. But nowadays we have to think in different way, and government also or the funding agency also, they have main objectives to promote some product that have to give some product to the society. That is the main outcome. And what will be the gap? Because the main problem is that whatever the research we are doing, the madam told already told that we don't have any GLP or GMP certified lab. That is the main objective, main problem, because we have run one project that is, Dr. Kadir also knows that Kalajar, that as one project, so that post-Kalajar complications that can be combat with that some formulations. But that when we finalize the product, that government, the funding agency asked us whether that product is developed in the GLP certified lab or the biological study have done in the GMP certified lab, like that. So again, the same work we have to done with the GLP certified lab, and also the cost is huge. So this is one of the drawback. And another way, as a school of natural product studies, we are promoting the young generations to train in such a way that you should make their own entrepreneurships, not looking for a job. Like we had provided some certificate course that it's like a 6-month course, short-term course, but we trained the young generations to make the formulations, how to make the formulations, herbal, specifically on the herbal formulations, because you know that whatever the product available, cosmetic products, most of it's contain the herbal product. It's so-called. How much product is there or not, that is questionable, but a lot of product, cosmetic products, and a reputed company also, they are marketed, defined like aloe vera creams, aloe vera gels, or so on. So we train the young generations to make their own entrepreneurships, and we are happy that we more than 40 students already have taken their courses, trained from our schools, and some of 10 to 15 students, they have started their own business. And if you find out some like Himayus, you can find out in the Amazons, or like that, so many ways there to make. And also I asked the different pharmaceutical company to come forward, because main problem is the fund. When we want to develop some product, the fund is most important. As we are government institute, government university, we are getting fund from the different funding agency. There is also problem. But when we propose the proposal or objective, on the basis of objective, they sanction the fund. And after 1 year, the first year fund is coming, but the second and third year fund is pending or like that. So there is a crisis of the fund, or the student who is working on that project, he is also suffering. So this is the main problem. So I just asked to that company peoples, because our lab also developed one product, and it will come in, I think, within a short span of time, it will come in the market for the treatment of diabetes and its complications. The product name is Boidangadi Loham, because it's a classical Ayurvedic formulations, and that it's contain 9 herbs and 1 Loho. So that Loho is added because the diabetic patients, they are suffering from anemic conditions in the long-term diabetics. So to combat these anemic conditions, we added the Loho. This is not we are added, this is added, this is already is mentioned in the classical Ayurvedic formulations. We only scientifically validate the formulations and file for that marketings. So I just request to the industry peoples to come forward and find some such types of product. If they take care about the marketing of this product, then it will be more benefited to that particular researcher or student, or to the society. So the gap should be fulfilled by the researcher and also the industry peoples. So this is my actually opinion. This is my personal opinion.
Okay, thank you, Professor Haldar. So now, before discussing all the points, so let us first identify the areas of importance. Let us first identify the areas of industry where industry and academia can collaborate. So if we do that one. So I request all the panel members to share their views in very, very short. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. This is Radhakrishna. Thank you, the organizing committee, to make me part of this. So basically, I have just read out of my profile. I'm having 20 years of industry and 4.5 years of academia. So I can speak on industry-academia partnerships. So the reason, first, if you want to have an industry and academia partnerships, but industry needs something and academia needs something, and industry is working something, academia is working something. That is the most problematic for the industry academia partnership. First of all, we have to bridge the gap between what is industry want and what academic can able to do that. So the most important thing to get an industry academia partnership is strengthening of your R&D. Your R&D should be strengthened because we have an R&D, probably that R&D may or may not be useful to the industry. So first and foremost, you strengthen your R&D requirements. That will give you the industry academia partnership. And second thing is, so we are all human resources. We are giving, these are all the human resources, almost more than 200 students are here. So they're all human resources. But the industry need the human resources. So you develop your talent, what industry wanted. Then automatically the industry people will come forward and take your talent because industry needs manpower. That manpower is coming from the academia. That is one. And so if you can have, sir, as I just now mentioned, is having a technology at his place. So the technology needs to be transferred to the industry. The industry, if the technology, there are different TRL levels. If whatever the TRL levels you have, if industry is needed, automatically that industry academia collaborations can happen. And what is the benefit to the academics? Firstly, we'll discuss, because since we are all human academicians, we'll discuss what benefits to the academia if there is an industry and academia collaborations. First is we can have an access to the industry and their expertise. Because though we are claiming that academia is having all kind of hyphenated techniques what industry wanted, but industry always 10 years ahead of academia's research. So the students will get benefited if you have an industry academia partnership to access their technologies. First, foremost, that will help you to learn the new techniques that will help you to career of your own career to progress in your lifetime. And second is resource fundings. So if you have an industry academia collaborations, if your TRL level is good, that industry himself will come forward for the fundings. So automatically that will help you to get a sustainability at your own academia. And hello? And then anyone wanted to speak anything more than this?
Would you like to share your opinion?
So actually I wanted to just tell you that industry and academia, that partnership also, say academia, what kind of technology, on which kind of topic you are doing the research, and what kind of technology you have generated or generating. So if it is in accordance with that industry, I think academia also should approach that kind of industries. What is your goal of that technology, and what are you going to invent or modify? So if you target that kind of industry, then only there would be some partnership kind of things would happen. Otherwise, say, there are different kind of industries in pharmaceutical field. There are CROs now, which is very much aggressively working in India and generating huge crores of revenue from that business. Actually, I started my career from that CRO only. It's a contract research organization. In the year before 2000, people did not know what is contract research organization. So apart from this academic research also, there are some other part in the industry that where CROs are. There are almost, I think, more than 20,000 industries, this kind of CROs across India. So in Hyderabad itself, I am from that city, so Hyderabad itself, wherever you go, So young generations are after education, they're working for some time in industry, 4 or 5 years. Then they move to they start themselves. So they are after say 5 to 10 years, they become the director of that company, and then that way they don't go for any job or anything. So this is very nice things. So India people are these scientists, young scientists, they have started. So this is from CRO. And academia means university, this institute and industries. How can we collaborate? So whatever I said, so we need to focus that kind of industry first, what kind of research we are doing. So by that way. So maybe if the discussion progress, then the kind of question will come where we can participate in question and answer session.
So thank you, all the panelists. So previously, actually, I was working in research and development, and now I am in the regulatory authority. So recently, we have to visit different plants, different industries. So I can recall that when we are in the B Farm or M Farm days, there are mostly 1 or 2 pharmaceutical or manufacturing units are in Guwahati. Now more than 25 plus 30 manufacturing and cosmetics industries are coming up in Guwahati. So it is a wonderful opportunity for the students and for the research scholars to grab this opportunity and to develop and to make yourself efficient, because I urge the students that you learn the basics knowledge at the university level to the utmost and try to learn the laboratory skills, because definitely industry will give you the opportunity, but university will only recognize the knowledgeable and skilled person. And yes, the panelists have already told there are cultural differences in industry and academia. Their priorities are different, their schedule and timeline is different, and I don't know how many of you know that in Guwahati itself there is a API pharmaceutical companies coming up. So it is a wonderful opportunity for the students. If you are interested in pharmaceutical chemistry, synthesis, you grab the opportunity, learn from the industry experience, and this collaboration of academia and the applicability of industry will be definitely beneficial for the next generations to come. Thank you.
Hello. Yeah, as an industry person, I found some gaps from the industry. Yeah, that is, we have to add some industry management studies, because it was not there in that academic. Because nowadays that quality assurance is very strengthened in the industries, because the case studies are not found in the easily. Because once we can get the case studies in the academic period, then before going to the industry, this is very helpful for every industries. Okay, this is my point.
Like as our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, I will discuss in Hindi. अभी मैं इंडस्ट्री में काम करता हूँ. इंडस्ट्री में मैं देखता हूँ जब भी हम लोग किसी का इंटरव्यू के लिए पैनल में बैठते हैं, जो नए नए स्टूडेंट आते हैं ना, उसमें बहुत मतलब लैक ऑफ नॉलेज की बहुत कमियाँ रहती हैं. पहले तो कंफ्यूज रहते हैं कि उनको करना क्या है, इंडस्ट्री में आए हैं किसके लिए आए हैं, उनको वास्तव में काम इंडस्ट्री में आगे जाना है या आए जे केवल टाइम पास के लिए आए हुए हैं. तो उनको देखता हूँ मैंने बहुत से इंटरव्यू लिए हैं. उस टाइम पे क्या होता है, लड़कों को जो है सब्जेक्ट के बारे में भी मालूम नहीं होता है. वो सब्जेक्ट क्या, पिछला सब्जेक्ट क्या पढ़ के आए हैं. अभी फार्मेसी का लेवल इतना जो है मैं देखता हूँ, ऐसा नहीं है कि असम यूनिवर्सिटी से, यूपी से भी लोग आता है, उड़ीसा से भी लोग आते हैं, बहुत से ऐसे लोग आते हैं. उनका जब इंटरव्यू लेते हैं तो उनमें बहुत गैप दिखता है। तो सबसे पहला तो मैं जो गैप देखता हूँ, अगर वास्तव में इंडस्ट्री में जॉब करना है, इंडस्ट्री में अगर करियर बढ़ाना है, तो अपना सिलेबस में ऐसा भी होना चाहिए कि किसी को अगर एकेडमिक में जाना है तो उसके लिए जो है मल्टीपल क्या नाम है सब्जेक्ट्स होने चाहिए। और अगर किसी को इंडस्ट्री में जाना, अभी इंडस्ट्री का एक अलग से रिक्वायरमेंट आ रहा है, एक अलग से जो है आगे 10 सालों में ना ये बी फार्म एम फार्म की वैल्यू जो है ना जो बहुत ज़्यादा जो है डाउन हो जाएगा, बहुत कम होने वाला है। उसमें क्या हो रहा, इंडस्ट्री की रिक्वायरमेंट क्या हो रही है, इंडस्ट्री सोचता है कोई भी है इंडस्ट्री लगी है, मैक्सिमम यहाँ पे जो है प्राइवेट इंडस्ट्रीज हैं सब, तो उनका क्या होता है कि उनका बिजनेस ये होता है, मशीन चलेगी तो उनका बिजनेस होगा, मशीन बंद होगा तो उनका बिजनेस डाउन होगा। उनको नंबर ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स के, नंबर ऑफ फील्ड्स के ऊपर उनको वो डिपेंड होते हैं कि मेरा जो टारगेट है, टारगेट होना चाहिए, टारगेट अचीव होना चाहिए, वो कैसे भी करने की आपको देना है। उसके लिए हम लोग क्या है, एक मैन पावर रिसोर्स ही है, मैनेजमेंट ने दे दिया, रिसोर्स दे दिया, तो हमको उसी में आउटपुट हमको करके देना है। अभी प्रॉब्लम क्या हो रही है, मैनेजमेंट क्या सोचता है, उनको बी फार्म एम फार्म BA BSc किसी से कोई मतलब नहीं है, उनको मतलब है प्रोडक्ट से, आउटपुट से, बाकी किसी से उनको मतलब नहीं है। अभी जो बड़ी बड़ी कंपनियां MNC कंपनियां हैं, उनमें क्या वो सोच रहे हैं वो कि वो जो है बीटेक को हायर कर रहे हैं, बीटेक पर्सन जो मशीन को ऑपरेट भी कर सके, जो मशीन को चला भी सके और प्रॉब्लम आए मशीन का रिपेयरिंग भी कर सके। तो उसके लिए क्या है, अभी बोल रहे हैं कि मुझसे से आपका बीफार्म एमफार्म में क्या मतलब है, मुझे चाहिए पर्सन। वो अभी हम लोग, मैं JDS में काम करता हूँ, अभी हमारी पॉलिसी में आ गया है, पॉलिसी में हम लोग बीटेक बंदे को जो है बीटेक को हायर कर रहे हैं, उनको ट्रेनिंग दे रहे हैं। ट्रेनिंग देने के बाद एज ए ऑफिसर का जो काम बीफार्म करता है वो काम वो कर रहे हैं, वो काम वो स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं। तभी हमारा क्या होगा, अगर हम एकेडमिक में हैं तो उसके बारे में हमको सोचना पड़ेगा। ऐसा जो भी एकेडमिक में क्या कर रहे हैं, सारे सब्जेक्ट पढ़ रहे हैं, बी फार्मेसी वाला सारा सब्जेक्ट पढ़ता है, ऐसा कोई सब्जेक्ट नहीं छूट रहा है जो हम पढ़ते ना हो। जो डॉक्टर पढ़ता है, फार्माकोलॉजी वो भी हम पढ़ रहे हैं, जो फाइनेंस का सब कुछ सारा सब्जेक्ट हम लोग, मैथ हाई फाई मैथ पढ़ रही हैं जिसका कोई मतलब नहीं है। केवल जो कक्षा 5 तक का जो मैथ होता है वही अप्लीकेबल रहता है इंडस्ट्री में, और कुछ नहीं है। बड़ी बड़ी कंपनियों में क्या है, जो हमारा MFC आ गया, मास्टर फार्मूला कार्ड जो आ गया है, उसी में हमको काम करना है। मुझे वहाँ पे अलग से अपना कोई भी दिमाग नहीं लगाना है। तो जब वहाँ से आपका फार्मूला आ गया, उसका BMR आ गया, प्रोसेस आ गया, तो हमको वहाँ पे अलग से दिमाग लगाने की क्या ज़रूरत है। वहाँ पे क्या करेगा, जो सब कुछ लिखा गया है वो तो जो है पर्सन बीटेक हो या BA हो या BSc हो, वो कोई भी कर लेगा। हाँ, उनको क्या है, अवेयरनेस का ट्रेनिंग देना है, अवेयरनेस का ट्रेनिंग दे के वो काम कर सकता है। इसलिए मैनेजमेंट को क्या होता है कि उससे बी फार्म एम फार्म से कोई मतलब नहीं है। अगर हमको अपना करियर, अपने बच्चों का करियर अगर हमको वास्तव में आगे लेके जाना है तो उसके बारे में सोचना पड़ेगा, कैसे हम उनकी स्किल को बढ़ा सकें, स्किल को बढ़ाएं, और ताकि वो जो इंडस्ट्री में उनको जो दिक्कत आता है, दिक्कत आएगा, वो दिक्कत ना फेस करना पड़े। और रही बात अभी इंडस्ट्री में जब हम काम करने जाते हैं, वर्क प्लेस पे जब हम काम करते हैं, तो उसमें क्या होता है कि इनका स्किल डेवलपमेंट करना बहुत ज़रूरी होता है। कि कोई भी नया प्रोडक्ट आता है, जो हम काम पर डे करते हैं उसमें दिक्कत नहीं होता, लेकिन हम जो हमारे पास नया कोई प्रोडक्ट आता है उसमें हमको बहुत सी प्रॉब्लम होती हैं। क्योंकि मैनेजमेंट क्या होता है कि उसको 1 टाइम्स में ही प्रोडक्ट जो है सब कुछ वो मार्केट में डिलीवर होना चाहिए। तो उसके लिए क्या होता है कि स्किल डेवलपमेंट जो है वर्क प्लेस पे बहुत ज़रूरी होता है। जैसे कि उनको बराबर उनको ट्रेनिंग देना, BMR का कैसे, इसमें बैच कैसे आपको बनाना है, क्या क्या उसमें क्रिटिकलिटियाँ हैं, क्या क्या आपको ध्यान देने की ज़रूरत है, अदरवाइज प्रोडक्ट में भी फेल। तो उसके लिए जो है हम लोग भी करते हैं कि सबसे पहले उनको ट्रेनिंग प्रोवाइड कर देते हैं, BMR के बारे में सब कुछ जो इश्यूज होते हैं वो बता देते हैं, इसमें क्या क्या क्रिटिकलिटियाँ हैं, क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम बैच बनाते इसमें आ सकता है। दूसरा चीज़ रेडीनेस। मैनेजमेंट क्या सोचता है, अगर हम कोई प्रोडक्ट बना रहे हैं कम से कम में टाइम में लगे हो, ऐसा नहीं है। हम प्रोडक्ट का प्रोसेस टाइम है 10 घंटे का, उसको हम 3 दिन तक बैच को लेके आगे बनाते रहेंगे। उसके लिए क्या है, हमको रेडी रहना पड़ेगा। रेडी रहने के लिए क्या है, जो भी उसके लिए जो रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं बेसिक चीज़ें जो हैं सब कुछ उस टाइम पे होना चाहिए, और जो है बेसिक चीज़ें अगर रहेंगी सब कुछ, हम कम से कम टाइम में प्रोडक्ट को डिलीवर कर पाएंगे। इंडस्ट्री का यही रिक्वायरमेंट है। तो थैंक्स।
Okay, thank you, respected members, for your opinions and views. So the first thing is that why this industry academia partnership is important, and what are the areas that we need to focus. Then what is the gap between theory and practice, that also we have discussed. Now syllabus is framed, it is designed not only for industry, so but also for other purposes also. So that is why in the syllabus we should not expect that the person who will complete the course, he will be expert in for industry only. And that is why in the syllabus there should be some scope that after completion of that course, if someone is interested in academia, he should go for academia. And if he is interested for industry, then he can go for industry. Or if someone is interested in research, he can go for research. And to do that, we must build the basics, the foundation of the student. And that is why we need to study all the subjects. That is the your importance of one syllabus. Now, we have, from this discussion, we have found that in the syllabus and whatever academic environment is there, so at present that academic environment is not exactly suitable for industry. So that is the thing. And to bridge this gap, so what we will have to do, we will have to incorporate some practical aspect or industry environment in academia. So industry environment in academia we should create, and for that we can build some R&D, strength of your R&D infrastructure that we should build in academia. That is also highlighted. And another point our respected panel members have pointed out that there should be mutual approach. Mutual approach means academia should also approach to the industry, and industry also approach the academia that we need this type of your person, and academia also should design in that way. Now, then how we can proceed for joint innovation? So if we request, suppose one industry has come forward and another academia also has come forward, then how we can jointly proceed for research and innovation. So I would like to request members to highlight on this point, that joint research and innovation, how industry and academia can proceed.
Yeah, thank you. Related to that, sir has pointed out joint research and innovation. I am from NIPER, and I am Minister of Chemicals and Fertilizers under the Department of Pharmaceuticals. So Department of Pharmaceuticals has just started an excellent scheme for the industry and academia collaborations under the PRIP scheme, PRIP A and PRIP B. PRIP A talks about the Center of Excellences for all the NIPERs. So there, they have funded 100 crores to each NIPERs of different Center of Excellences, and NIPER Guwahati got Center of Excellence in the phytopharmaceuticals. Dr. Katiyar sir is our advisor for that. So there, whatever the innovations we are going to do in that Center of Excellences that need to be transferred after the TRL 4 and 5 to the different industries. In this way, yes, already NIPER has started with academia industry collaborations with the Center of Excellences. That is under the PRIP A scheme. Now, recently, just what is today? It is March 28th. At March 7th, they have started another PRIP scheme called PRIP B, where they are talking about 3 different PRIP B scheme, B1, B2 and B3. B1 talks about the industry academia collaborations, where 125 crores will be provided to the industry by the Department of Pharmaceuticals if you have any TRL, where you have to partner with academia where with respect to any like NCEs, NBEs, or complex generics, or medical devices, there are different 6 portfolios are there. In any of these portfolios, if you feel that you have a technology or you are about to start your technology, there you can have to partner with one academia where they are also working on similar domains. So you please check the PRIP scheme, still it is open, where the expression of interest has been asked by the Department of Pharmaceuticals. You can go through that and check your partners with any of industries persons are here. If you feel that your innovations are matching with industry, then you can you can participate in the expression of interest. You may get 125 and industry has to give 275, altogether 400. That is B1 scheme, and B2 scheme is talking about if industry has any TRL from 5 to 9 in between, then straight away they can get, and they can get more than almost 100 crores straight away. 100 crores will be given by the Department of Pharmaceuticals to the industries straight away, so that if you have a score of TRL 5 to 9, then you can have a partnership with the academia. And third is most important to the people like you, that MSMEs. If you have any MSME, no need of bother about of your technology and all those things. If you have any of technology in your mind, you can just take any of the industry, or without industry also you can directly go, and Department of Pharmaceuticals are sponsoring from 1 to 5 crores in between to as a startup entrepreneurship. That's what one more entrepreneurship is also part of our agenda. So as an MSME, you can participate in the PRIP B scheme, PRIP B3 scheme. That will be helpful. So in this way, government is always encouraging the industry and academia collaborations. Only thing that's already we had a discussion that you should know what industry want, the academician should know what industry want, and industry should know what academia is doing it. If the gap is filled up by some, always few years ago, we had one conference with industry and academia. More than 400 industry partners participated. So that the gap need to be filled by the agency like DCGI or CDSCO. They have to fill it. What the gap? If the gap is filled between industry and academia, definitely there are much more projects can come forward. That is the joint and research and innovations can be come forward with industry and academia.
Yes, joint research and innovations, that is true, whatever sir has told, because we have also collaborated with, like in Kolkata, Imami Limited, Private Limited, because in the few years back, some cosmetic preparations we have trialed actually from the school, and actually industry sponsors some scholar to complete this work. So industry sponsored that way, and we had developed that formulations from the school, so that both adventure done both that financial support from the industry, and we have developed that formulations. So this way developed, and recently we have developed one product that is cut and burn, that is useful for cut or any burn infections. That is from Himayus company, they have sponsored that one, and we developed. So if you have the product, if you have the knowledge, I think definitely you will get the fund from that industry. And whatever sir told that because nowadays government of India, they have some startup program. So up to 50 lakhs, if you want to develop small industry, then you can get the fund from the government also. And specifically from women's scientists, they have a lot of fund. So if you are interested, then, and if you have the knowledge, then definitely you will get the chances. And this is in regarding the previous that Mr. Goad, he told that regarding that course curriculum. And as a academicians, I should have to tell that yes, the pharmacy have a lot of subject in B.Pharm level. After B.Pharm, there is some specializations. But this course curriculum is maintained by the Pharmacy Council of India. So we don't have that rule or right to abolish some subject or from the course curriculum. But it is not only to the all students are bad, because due to that large number of pharmacy college or institutions, maybe there is some whatever you call that level of that educations maybe that declined. But there is just so many bright student is there. They can also sign, and they can develop the industry also. So depending on that students, and depending on that institutions, the knowledge or expertise should be variable. So this much I can say.
So well, again, this point has come that regarding that syllabus, that Pharmacy Council of India is framing the syllabus for the country, and all pharmacy institutes follow the same syllabus throughout the country. And we have different your topics, different your subjects. Mathematics also we have, biology also we have, physiology also we have, chemistry also we have, pharmacognosy also. Why we need these things? Because pharmacy profession deals with human life. Pharmacy profession deals with human life, drug development, formulation development, up to distribution of drug, administration of drug. So for that, fundamentals, basic your subject knowledge of all subjects should be important. Knowledge of physiology is important. Mathematics is also important to calculate the dose. Mathematics is important to study the bioavailability, pharmacokinetic parameters. So that is why syllabus are framed and it is modified from time to time. So we have seen that different revised syllabuses are syllabi has been implemented. Now, considering this gap theory and practice, how we can proceed for joint research and innovation between industry and academia, whether we need some skill development centers in academia, so that through that from that skill development centers, who will be interested for industry, they will become skilled and suitable for industry. So these three particular points we can club together and we can discuss at the same time. I think, if you agree, that your joint research and innovation, how we can proceed with your research, then whether we need skill development centers in academia, and for that, how we can generate or obtain fund. Okay? Thank you very much.
No, I can add one more point for this. Okay, as per the new government notification, all the sustained release tablets and delayed release tablets are comes through after the clinical studies. Okay, there is a very big boost for that young scholarships. Yes, we are, as industries, we are invited to every scholars to come with the industry, joint collaboration with research and innovations. This is a very big boost for that any industry and scholars peoples.
So from industry, what you can offer to academic institution?
Yeah, we can offer already. We can offer all the academic.
Is there any policies from that industry that you are welcoming our students from academic?
Yes, earlier it was not there because that assistant release and extended release tablets, we are doing the in-house method only. Yes, now everything is through the clinical trials. We can offer to the scholars peoples.
Yes. So that is one important point to note. So now I request our regulatory, from what regulatory point of view.
So already sir has told that as per the new NDCT, New Drug and Clinical Trials Rules 2019, all the entry coated tablets, sustained release, delayed release, all will be categorized as new drugs. So they have to undergo bioequivalence study, clinical trials, all the processes. So as sir has told, if you can target the MSME, not the big players who, because the big players already have the established R&D. So if the academic institutions target selected MSMEs or industries do not have their new formulations in way, I think definitely industry people will accept and welcome it.
सबसे पहले तो मैं बोलना चाहूँगा, जो अभी सर ने बोला कि सिलेबस वास्तव में सभी का सेम है, लेकिन फ्यूचर में क्या होने वाला है वो चीज़ मैं बोला हूँ। ऐसा नहीं है कि मुझे किसी को जो है उसमें जो है बोला नहीं, मेरे कहने से आप सिलेबस चेंज करवा दीजिए, ऐसा नहीं है। मेन इशू जो है अभी मैं बोला कि अभी ये रिक्वायरमेंट हो रही है, ये इंडस्ट्री में ऐसे ट्रायल्स चल रहे हैं। फ्यूचर में 10 साल के बाद आप देखिएगा वहाँ पे जो है सब जगह अगर हम उसके बारे में अभी से नहीं सोचेंगे तो प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगी। ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं बोला उनको साथ में उनको बीटेक का जो डिग्री दीजिए, ऐसा नहीं है। जो छोटी छोटी चीज़ें होती हैं, जब हम मशीन ऑपरेट करते हैं, एक छोटा सा सेंसर का अगर तार हिल गया, वायर हिल गया, अगर उनके बारे में अगर थोड़ा सा जो है अगर वो भी से भी अवेयर कराएंगे, अगर कहीं ऐसा कुछ होता, नॉर्मल सी छोटी सी चीज़ जिसके लिए मशीनें जो हैं अगर मेंटेनेंस सपोर्ट करने के लिए रहता है, बट अगर मेंटेनेंस सपोर्ट नहीं कर पा रहा है, नहीं किया, कहीं और बिजी है, उसके लिए आउटपुट जो होता है सफ़र होता है। इसलिए मैनेजमेंट को उसे ये नहीं मालूम है काम कौन कर रहा है, बी फॉर्म कर रहा है, एम फॉर्म कर रहा है। अंदर कंपनी के अंदर घुसने के बाद उससे किसी से मतलब नहीं होता, कोई पूछता भी नहीं है आपकी क्वालिफिकेशन क्या है, आपने बी फॉर्म किया या एम फॉर्म किया, बीएससी किया हो या एमएससी किया हो या बीए किया हुआ। रही बात मैथ की ज़रूरत पड़ती है, कैलकुलेशन होता है, वो सही है, उसके लिए भी डिपार्टमेंट अलग अलग होते हैं। कीवी होता है, प्रोडक्शन वेयर हाउस करता है, उसको प्रोडक्शन करता है, कीवी उसको वेरीफाई करता है, चेक करता है। कीवी मैक्सिमम आप देखेंगे मैक्सिमम जो है बीएससी एमएससी होते हैं, फार्मेसी नहीं होते हैं। और मैक्सिमम जगह पे आप देखेंगे वहाँ पे जो बीएससी एमएससी ही है मैक्सिमम जगह पे, और वो प्रीफर भी करते हैं, बीएससी एमएससी वालों को ही प्रीफर करते हैं। अभी फार्मेसी में कम से कम मुझे लगता है कि 50,000% जो है स्टूडेंट हर ईयर निकलते हैं। पूरा अगर पूरा इंडिया में हम अगर चेक देखें, मुझे तो लगता है कि इतने तो होंगे ही, क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ यूपी में ही कम से कम 100 के ऊपर कॉलेजेस हैं। सेम ऐसे ही होगा सब जगह, ऐसे ही कम से कम तो इतने ही लड़के निकलते हैं। और दूसरी चीज़ क्या है, इंडस्ट्री है, ऐसा नहीं है इंडस्ट्री पर डे बढ़ रही है। इंडस्ट्री में लोग वो जितना है इंडस्ट्री है वही है, एक आध दो हो सकता है नए थोड़ा सा क्या नाम है इस्टेब्लिश हो रहे हैं, बट मैक्सिमम जो है एमएनसी कंपनियां जो हैं, सैलरी कहाँ से मिलती है, सैलरी जो है बड़ी बड़ी कंपनी में काम में ज़्यादा मिलता है। तो वो क्या करते हैं, उनका बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है, आपको डॉक्टर रेड्डीज वगैरह में क्या ये सब प्रोजेक्ट चल रहे हैं, वहाँ पे इफेक्टिव भी है वो चीज़, अभी सब जगह स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं वो। तो इसलिए मेरा ये था कि नहीं, अगर मैं इंडस्ट्री से बिलोंग कर रहा हूँ कि फ्यूचर में जो भी अपने जो है बच्चे आएंगे तो उनके बारे में थोड़ा सा अवेयरनेस रहे कि अगर उनको इंडस्ट्री में आना है तो वो भी पहली बात अपना पेशेंस होना नहीं है। मैक्सिमम मैं देखता हूँ इंडस्ट्री में जो है लोग सर्वाइव कितना करता है, सर्वाइव 10 से 15 साल करता है, उसके बाद उनका वो अपना रूट ही चेंज कर देते हैं। मैक्सिमम मैं देखता हूँ, मुझे भी 15 ईयर्स हो गया है, जैसे 15 साल होता है 16 साल एक्सपीरियंस होता है, जहाँ पे आपको कुछ वहाँ से गेन आदमी करता है, वहीं से क्या होता है आदमी को इतना ऊपर प्रेशर आता है। जो भी इंडस्ट्री में काम करता है, इंडस्ट्री में इतना प्रेशर होता है कि अगर आप उस प्रेशर को हैंडल कर रहे हैं और उतना आपके पास स्किल है तो आप आगे सर्वाइव कर पाओगे, अदरवाइज करने में बहुत मुश्किल होता है। तो मैक्सिमम लोग बैक टू पवेलियन होते हैं, मैक्सिमम लोग या तो लास्ट में आते हैं एकेडमिक ज्वाइन करते हैं, या तो जो है अपना खुद का बिजनेस, वही चीज़ कि अब मेडिकल स्टोर खोल के बैठ जाते हैं। अगर लंगा टाइम तक अगर इंडस्ट्री में रहना है तो उसके बारे में अभी से सोचना पड़ेगा।
So now we have discussed a lot of points, and finally we have come to certain conclusions that syllabus should be modified so that it becomes suitable for industry also, and it is suitable for academia also, and there should be value addition to local resources, and for that local industry and in academia they should join hand together, and they should carry out some joint research efforts, and maybe for that there may be requirement of some establishment of skill development centers. And for that, Pharmacy Council of India recently it has taken one decision to establish skill development centers throughout the country in every state. And syllabus also, it is under revision. So it will be suitable for industry also, and it will be for academic. Means students will have options. They will have different doors, and they will have liberty to select through which door they will exit. So this is the design. And for that, we need to have long-term your partnership, especially in case of clinical trials and clinical studies. So industry and academia must collaborate. I hope this is the outcome. And national education policy, based on national education policy, so skill has given your importance, skill is being given importance, and that is why syllabus also, all syllabus in all universities, all branches, these are modified. So this is the outcome of our discussion today, and I request the participant or audience, if anybody wants to throw some light on this particular issues, so they are most welcome to share their opinion. Anyone who wants to share their opinion?
It was very nice panel discussion. Only I want to give 4 areas where academia can work better than industry. Number 1 area is, since there is no syllabus, no course of herbal drug development, so therefore when somebody is making a tablet, they are taking example ashwagandha extract and using whatever excipient are available to make a tablet, right? Without knowing the compatibility of that excipient with the ashwagandha extract. So number 1, some M.Pharm or PhD work on excipient and this compatibility studies. That's number 1. Number 2 is, you may not be aware, the biggest problem of industry is microbial decontamination technique. So you take churan, you take tifla, we take ashwagandha, they are very susceptible to microbial load, very susceptible. Within 6 to 8 months, if you don't pick them properly, right, microbial load goes beyond the roof, right? So there are few technologies. Somebody says you do steam sterilization, that's very expensive, number 1. Number 2, it also provides moisture. Later on, that becomes susceptible to more microbial load. Or you do ultraviolet, does not work. Or you do gamma. Gamma, India permits, other countries do not permit. ETO, no country permits. So what should be the cheap and effective microbial decontamination techniques for simple product like powder? That should be one of the parameter, one of the research to be conducted. Third study is herb-drug interaction study. Now, herb-drug interaction study normally people do with CYP3A4, thing like, but it should be taken up to the level of in vivo. Don't leave at take up the level of the in vivo study. So herb-drug interaction study kind of things are very, 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 very important these days. These are 3 or 4 areas where you can give to your students topic on the M.Pharm or PhD, and they can work. They can work better. Thank you.
Sir, regarding that, regarding the pharmacokinetic parameter of that herbal drug is very difficult because the active constant present in the herbal drug. So what are the components going to the blood? That detection is very, very challenging. So, and regarding that CYP4, CYP enzyme interactions, that is in vivo, in vitro is somewhat okay, but in vivo is still, it is very difficult. It's challenging part. Thank you, sir.
It is difficult. That's why I am saying academia can do it, industry cannot do it.
Secretary sir, actually you have visited our facility and I already showed my facility to you. Whatever, I am working on plant metabolomics, where I am working on drug-herb interactions and I am working on drug-herb and excipients interactions. And as you mentioned that some CYP enzymes, you are working on in vitro based and as well as in vivo based of drug-herb interactions. I have a couple of publications on this. So yes, NIPER is working on this, and though we don't have the straightaway syllabus on this, but we are taking the herbs, that means phytopharmaceuticals or pharmaceutical related works as of master students work and as well as my PhD students work. See, I have a total 8, 2 are already, 3 are already been completed, 6 are under progress, my PhD students, and out of 6, 4 are working on herbals only. And 5 of my master students, at currently 3 are working on herbals only, because I got a COEO project of phytopharmaceuticals. To respect that, I am working on that, and I am already taking your guidance. Please guide us. Thank you.
That I know your institute is doing a lot of good work, but that's for other pharmacy institutes. Let me share with you the kind of, I have done some research on the papers published in the last 5 years on medicinal plants in India. You'll be surprised to know 90% of coming from pharmacy colleges. And Ayurvedic colleges are not contributing at all. Hardly 10% that too in clinical trials, that too some journal of their own institutions. Right, so lot of work already happening, 90% happening. But is it happening in the right direction? Can it need more improvement? And can it be useful in the industry? So those are the areas, that's what I thought, to use this opportunity to share with you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Is there any opinion from other?
I want to add one more thing. The driving school and driving the vehicle, both are a different scenario. With the value added only we are driving the school. Okay. Sir told because that industry is, I think that academy is better than the industry. I answered that.
Okay, so we have come to the conclusion, and I think there is no queries or no opinion from the audience. So I sincerely convey my sincere thanks to all the panel members for sharing their valuable opinion on the topics that we have discussed. And I also convey my sincere thanks to respected dignitaries sitting in front of us, and the audience, research scholars, for patient your hearing. So thank you very much, and thank you organizers for organizing this panel discussion for the greater interest of academic and research. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. As we wrap up this enriching discussion, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Himanta Sharma for his excellent moderation and to all our esteemed panelists for their valuable contribution. Your insights have undoubtedly provided us with a deeper understanding to how academia and industry can work hand in hand to drive meaningful innovation in healthcare. Now, to recognize the dedication and contribution of our panelists, we present this token of appreciation as a gesture of our gratitude. I would like to call Dr. Manas Pratim Pathak to present the token of appreciation to Dr. Himanta Sharma. Next, I would like to call Dr. Partha Pratim Datta to present the token of appreciation to Dr. Radhakrishnanand. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Drubojyoti sir to give the token of appreciation to Mr. Vijaya Kumar. I would like to invite Dr. Partha Pratim Datta to present the token of appreciation to Dr. Pallab Haldar. I would like to invite Dr. Niladri sir to give the token of appreciation to Mr. Virendra Gaur. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Manas Pratim Pathak sir to present the token of appreciation to Dr. Dipankar Karmakar. I'd like to invite Dr. Dhrubajyoti Sarkar to present the token of appreciation to Shyama Lendunath. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a well-deserved lunch break. Please proceed to the cafeteria, third floor, K block. I'd like to repeat, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a well-deserved break. Please proceed to the cafeteria, third floor, K block. And also, I'd like to announce the post-lunch. For post-lunch, we request all the participants to go to the swimming pool area, ground floor, K block, for poster presentation, and to hall number 3, room number K504, 5th floor, K block, for oral presentation. I'd like to repeat it again. Post-lunch, we request all the participants to go to the swimming pool area, ground floor, K block, for poster presentation, and to hall number 3, room number K504, 5th floor, K block, for oral presentation. Thank you.